Hello, my family. Welcome to Sheriff's Broadcast Network, the place where we bring Africa live to whosoever you there around the globe. Of course, today we get quite a good, amount of story where we get for bring come to you. Of course, now that make with the column breaking news. Of course, breaking news from Sierra Leone about this time. As we know, say the two dominant political parties in Sierra Leone, the incumbent All People's Congress, when at the APC, and the main opposition Sierra Leone People's Party, when at the Slpp. They are all two deep and very important activities today. Today and tomorrow, that na Saturday today and tomorrow Sunday, right there in Sierra Leone. Of course, Makeni and Freetown, respectively, of course. And so we'll get for try for do with best for able for cover then activities then they of the two main political parties. Then, of course, this very important to all Sierra Leoneans, including Sierra Leoneans within the diaspora, because in as much as some politicians in the country go on for downplay the importance of Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, but one for me, say if you didn't at the diaspora and you know Sierra Leone, one for me, say you very, very, very important to the development of Sierra Leone. And of course, one way where you go able for know that is by your own individual personal monetary remittances to Sierra Leone to support family members, friends, businesses, investments, etc. If that money they will send from around the globe as Sierra Leoneans to Sierra Leone, if we're not send them money, then the country the country go stagnate, and not go able for move forward, and not go able for do anything, because we contribute a very large percentage to the economy of the country. All right. And so Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora are very important in the development of Sierra Leone. And so these activities where they take place in Sierra Leone between the two dominant political parties, the All People's Congress and the Sierra Leone People's Party, of course, now very important activities then we were supposed to pay a close attention to. And so now that make way, we don't decide say we'll come to now today. And so today we'll get for cover plenty now. So we'll get for try as much as possible for the inside Makeni, of course, now the northern province of Sierra Leone, who side the incumbent All People's Congress, they get the convention. And at the same time, we'll get for try for the inside Freetown, who side the opposition Sierra Leone People's Party, the Ole Young convention as well. And this convention, the second convention, purposely to elect the presidential candidate of the Sierra Leone People's Party. So now that they happen today. All right. And so it get for be plenty things that will get for bring come to now. Of course, it get for be news, it get for be analysis, it get for be reports from the ground. Of course, plenty things then. So what a beautiful day for you to be part of a history making effort, because waiting with the cover today, they go into the archives, right? And so now that's not the thing we get for come up to now today. If this now your first time for joining a Sheriff's Broadcast Network, or want for take opportunity of this moment for officially welcome you to Sheriff's Broadcast Network. And of course, for assure you for say you don't make the right decision for kind of the right place, the place also would bring Africa live to whosoever you there. Of course, I get for be your host, Nayaso Ibrahim Sheriff, coming directly from studio number 8 based in Houston, Texas. And so one for me, stick around as we continue for bringing the program right now. Stick around with us. Yes, of course, me family them today. We get for put salon first. You know, we get for put salon first today. Now that's get for happen also today. We get for put salon first. And that's what they encourage every Sierra Leoneans for do today. Of course, even we family them back home na the ground. Now that's not the encouragement. We get for look into plenty things then today. Of course, waiting with national constitution say about how for elect or choose, how for choose we presidential candidate. We're going to look into that a little bit more today because we will not say the incumbent All People's Congress, they're not can normally get election for elect or for choose them presidential candidate. We want to know if waiting then they do they in violation of the Constitution of Sierra Leone or then they in compliance with the Constitution of Sierra Leone because the National Constitution of Sierra Leone supersedes every other constitution of the country. So if you are a political party operating in Sierra Leone, you are bound to operate under the auspices of the national constitution. So we're going to take a look at the waiting the national constitution say about how to choose a presidential candidate by any political party. Right? Of course, we know say the opposition Sierra Leone People's Party then have Freetown, then get some flag bearer aspirants, and then tomorrow then get forget election officially for me then go elect the presidential candidate of the party. We get for go into elections in 2018. So we're going to look at that as well. But waiting that the most important thing is this critical decision making we get for do today. Or tomorrow, what will country get for do? It get for get impact on the country for the next 5 years. And if possible for the next 10 years. And so this is a critical juncture we don't reach, where we need for really put the country first. So now salon for come first. But anything all they do salon for campus. And so me fam with them, we get for continue for bringing the program. Of course, we want for apologize because we start a little late. Of course, we get some technical problems. And right now, we even get problem for able for get we own SBN reporter in Makeni because of the network. Of course, Mr. Mohammed Kabar na in the cover the convention inside Makeni, but we find it difficult for able for get them on the phone. So it go able for tell we give we updates on waiting they go on. But we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying, until we get them, right? Because we need that raw information when they come in. Of course, we get Mr. Sheku Tanga inside Freetown. They get for cover the Slpp election. Go give you updates now. So, and of course, we get plenty analysis. And of course, not forget for say you where they watch, you get the opportunity for call in the station and say what you want for say. All right, we are all together in this, not to one man get out. Now we're all day together inside this. This is like critical decision making point. We don't reach in the history of Sierra Leone. So salon come first, all right?
Something don't come back home. The kabudu don't grab back. Inside a kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat well full or you go sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people ain't bang for every safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salon, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take, well, he left to me. Now we get for Slpp.
I know ever able vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I sweat to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They send me one green vote for two tapa. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They vote say because we born a Makeni, Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
I want me like to love mama ki ante pa.
Talk to me make we hear it.
Machi ma continent of us want to mota.
Tell the people
Say rasul sa zamba mo se batata. Ngate ne sakalam so na fa su ko korin sit man kita.
Tell we bo make we hear it.
Kala ka bande amaki e tell no prom me do kom. U de ke mire makada matimba. Minel munang. Awa mit dem ne mut dem ne kon dem ne. Sa to be dem ne. So se la ka matabris ko makada matimba. Awa inem te ne
Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Send me one green vote for one bad. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Vote say because we born a Makeni. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Vote say because we born a Kandeh.
We want to see changes from the grass to the roots. With manifestos, we get plans for the youth. We tire lies, now we stand for the truth. We need chef, we go change the taste of the soup. Why? Wait them read for shape t-shirts and ashobi for go rally. Then go member we. After election and take power, give the power them. What we talk, they for them but we. Then go give we bitter cola for go campaign. Where they win them and the family pop champagne. We no go fet for no politician again. This time we go land. We no one die campaign. Mind box side diamond now we land. For pay fee, papa no get dime na in hand. We want more youth, a woman then a power. Parliament, a cabinet, more man in a power.
Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Send me one green vote for one bad.
Dimanya muimu kama monyonyo. Sanya penga mule magoma Ina vile kemu kanya de vele ama. Chimi akwe mu malama Konele baja sinya mao. Jifa mwambie mubwe kanya yeo. Yena we amwambie na fae. Mule mambo makwele mae. Mwakanya na vikrobe. Kongwale juhu wa mae. Kenya ya ewini kube. Na vyanyane kamukwe mublae. Tau hekba Kenya huwoyo. Dwe ya grama agramu pelo Amogwe Kenya na yuma mulukolo numa otwe bate.
If I no ever able vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I no ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, all they can ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, all they can ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Vote say because we born a Makeni. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say because we born a Kandeh.
So, the next 5 years, you vote now you live. Anybody we want lead we, it gets for declaring assets.
Not to pambado, and for make somebody know kind of power match 2018, and after 2 years, it grab go by Wataki, and when we talk, it's an papa die left and yeah.
We say thanks to the collective effort of the Standing Together for Democracy Consortium,
Gallant Civil Society Partners, the Sierra Leone Media Interreligious Council, and
Institute for Governance Reform and Civil Society Groups for Upholding Democracy and Free and Fair Elections in Sierra Leone.
Right, of course, me fumble them, me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Of course, we all know that one day for say me vote na me life, right? Of course, now that they try for promote na yeah. So today, of course, we want for say plenty thank you to the musical artist, of course, led by no less a person but Mr. Emerson Bakari of Freetown, Sierra Leone. Me vote na me life. Of course, fun with them, especially we waiting at the diaspora. This is a very critical time in our country's life or in our country's history. Of course, we get plenty of them with people that we can talk say, oh, me not like politics. Oh, me not deep on politics. Me I not hate. I hate politics. Now, you for no say it is you not get choice. As far as Sierra Leone is concerned, you get to get involved. Because if the politics in the country been clean and that things that they happen the way they're supposed to happen, of course you get right for talks. You know mix from politics, you know like politics. But looking at the condition, looking at the direction in which we country they head, and looking at all the bitter experiences we don't get as a country, you can no longer sit by and say, oh, me not like politics, oh, me not involved, because may the Lord forbid. If anything go wrong at Sierra Leone again, you when at Sierra Leone within at the diaspora, you go be disturbed or it go affect you in one way or the other, either directly or indirectly. You'll be affected. Either you they pass, even whether they associate you with the name Sierra Leone, that alone they unbug you. Or you get family within at the country, something don't happen, maybe something don't happen wrong, and you remember them, that they affect you. or you get for send money, that go affect you. So you not go anymore sit by and say, oh, me no mix for politics, me no dey. So you want to get on that telephone right now and call your family. I don't say we waiting at the diaspora. At least you will get a minimum of 3, 4, 5 people the way you get control over. Way now you they send money for them survive. Now you they make them live. Now you they make everything that happen to them. So then people then they if they of a voting age from 18 years old and above, you need for talk to them, make them understand. Because you see, you don't live in a civilized country. You don't live in a civilized democracy. You understand what good government brings to a country. And looking at all the resources that we have in our country, you can no longer sit by and make excuses. We all get the moral responsibility for able to contribute positively towards the betterment of Sierra Leone. Because if you not do it, posterity is going to judge you in the future. Maybe your great-great-grandchildren will ask you a question. Where all these things will go on wrong na Sierra Leone. Grandma or grandpa, waiting you do. You don't get any answer. You not go even tell and say, I be take phone call me family for me then go vote for the right person. You not go even talk that one day. So what you do is you will bow your head in shame. And you don't want that. So right now you get an opportunity, you're able to buy the calling card, you're able to get on the phone, you're able to call you people and for me able to make a wise decision. May they prevail on the people. Even the delegates, the way they go vote now the Slpp presidential election or flag bearer election, you need for them delegates and then represent the people that they don't have the utmost authority. They don't get the monopoly of power. Then get for able for represent the people then properly. So you need for talk to them all. Of course, now the APC, then a selection that they do. But even that will get for check into them if they are doing it in compliance with the national constitution of Sierra Leone or they are doing it in violation of the constitution again, right? We'll get for checking to that for see exactly what the Salon Constitution say about that. And so me fun with them, we just want to remind you for say, in case, they get you on Facebook, you get all that side they get we. Of course, that's now, you go now with website. Of course, that website is now no other place, now Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Just go search for it right there, on Google. Of course, you can go now at google.com. Of course, inside the search button, type, Sheriff's Broadcast Network. And that go able for bring the website live to you. Of course, you will do that one day at any point in time, right? So we encourage all we listeners and all we viewers for me to go able to do that. This is Straight Talk for Change. Of course, Sheriff's Broadcast Network search live on Google search, and of course you will able to get with, right? And so now that will tell you. And of course, if you also like what you would do now, so because we're about for expand big time, until election they can want for cover them. Within a country, United States, now a country where they promote democracy around the world. And democracy will not say now one of the best system of government. Of course, we are in the people that they get directly involved in the affairs of their country. It's the best system. So America is promoting democracy in Africa, especially in Sierra Leone. And so we're about to get some help in that direction. But before we get that help, they want to know we as the indigenous people, we as the natives of Sierra Leone, we have a resource like this. What are we doing to show appreciation for this kind of resource, right? So if you want to show your appreciation, you can donate to us. Of course, you can donate to us now, sbnetworks.net, right? At the place down there, we say you go for go donate to we alive, and of course we were able for get whatever you have. Of course, your donation is always very secure, and so we don't want you to have any issue with that at all. Your donation is always secure, so you can donate to we now sbnetworks.net, right? That is where you donate to us at. And of course, so many fun with them. So today we get for continue for bringing the program. Of course, we get for talk about plenty things then. So of course, say the two political parties, them, the APC and the SLPP, they did have major activities. They just like how we don't introduce them at the beginning of this program. And of course, we get for continue for bring that to right from Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Of course, this is not the place who say would bring you Africa. Of course, before we do that one day, we want for bring come to some of the news items and things that we don't happen in the country, in the past, in the past week or several weeks, some of the things that we don't happen way important, what we need for no but, right? And so let us stick around for see waiting at some of those things.
These are fleets of buses heading supporters. APC forever and ever. JFK for life.
As now see the parade will not be in picture right one. This and the Okada people there in Sian, the parade will not be in picture right one Freetown today. As the young man they don't tire, young man they don't tire.
Export ou de poulet na district. No more papa, no more export. No more papa, no more export. Ou comment va être do attack? Do attack, t'as vu comment? Ou rep do attack. Ou rep do attack. Therefore we don't more. We don't for you. Oui, vous êtes là pour APC, tu sais, c'est bon. Ici, mais pour you. Allez, passe tout le monde.
After they get out from the Usman and that they are ready to put Manabio back to power. Oh, now Manabio is called Salom Mufti. Wow.
All right, and so me found with them that that's they go on as Sierra Leone right about this week. Of course, now some of the things and the one day way they go on right now, the political fever don't go so high in the country, and of course we found with all they are geared up. Of course, we just hope say whatever decisions come out of this, it get for be a positive decision. We go get positive impact on Sierra Leone moving forward. Of course, the country don't go through plenty wahala, plenty issues, and so we don't tire for all the things that way they continue to happen to the country. And so it is about time for us to really look at the country in a way we'll go able for take them to the next level, right? So plenty things and they will go for bring them to today. Now some things the way if only we focus on good things, then we are optimistic about the future of Sierra Leone. These things will happen, and when they happen, Sierra Leone will be a paradise. Oh my God. Me family, you will watch out there. We don't want for me go no side, because something they will want for show you today. When you take a look at them and you feel say if that kind of thing they happen inside Sierra Leone go be a paradise. No other country not go in the world will go be as beautiful. We reach like a salon, right? And so we got to bring all that one day to now. So no go no side, just stick around. But then another thing will happen this week. We just left Sudan. We see small beginning. Elementary school pupils. Then go down the State Avenue in a State House. Then Tinapoli, they sing say we want land, we want education. We want land, we want education. Then they tell the president. Now, when you get children involved like this and they're passionate about what they do, very emotional about what they do, children are messengers from God. You know what I mean? So, me really feel say now the timeline of events, I mean the timeline for the APC 9, then Pikede also can tell the president for say it's about time for you to to leave the country. I mean to to end your leadership in the country. So now this the Pikede can do. And I don't feel say anybody they will go downplay that kind of thing will happen, because we not even hear a rumor about the fact say some people they want for go to State House for go demonstrate. No, we not hearing nothing like that. We just don't clean them, or we just see the Pikede pop up from nowhere. They are in school uniforms, holding pink papers in their hands, and of course, they're saying that they want education, they want land, right? I mean, this is not supposed to be a privilege. It's supposed to be a right of every citizen. And the one that they're in position of authority, therefore, don't say when you educate a child in any country, you are actually helping that country to move forward. Anyone pick where you educate in the country, according to statistics, then say you don't help that country for move forward by 5 years. Anyone pick where you educate from elementary school all the way to university, you don't help your country to develop for 5 years. So imagine how many children we have in the country if we educate them all. That means we would be hundreds of years ahead in development. But we leadership that unfortunately they not pay attention to them here. Very important stuff what they need for pay attention to. Educating children is very important. I don't know why they don't pay attention to. But anyway, let's see waiting the Pikede and go do at the State House.
An example of what is coming. The president is on his way to State House, and a group of kids are demonstrating against the government. The president had to stop. This is State Avenue. As you can see, the presidential convoy. These are all kids under the age of 12, I think, at State Avenue chanting, "We want school, we want school, we want school." And the timing of it is cleverly organized to coincide with the time the president is traveling to work. As you can see, the convoy, the presidential convoy to State House. At one point, the president's motorcade had to stop, and the president at least to acknowledge them before they proceeded. This country is at crossroads. Government, we want school, they chanted. Government, we want school. It is a matter of time, only time, or the game is over for this government. The president has now arrived at State House. The convoy has all it is an understatement that this president will have arrived in his office a deflated man with a group of kids as young as these chanting, we want land, we want school. It's a matter of right for every citizen to be educated. It's not a privilege.
All right, and so my family, we all don't see waiting with the try for talk about this. Now small picking they talk say we want land, we want education, we want land. You know, this is a matter of a right and not a privilege. Just like how we reporters say, a matter of right and not a privilege. I mean, every nation we're not able to educate in Pekin. That nation they go beyond for a long time. Education is key. What to make you feel say then advanced countries then if you born Pekin, you're not able to send that Pekin in school, that they take care of you and that they declare you as an unfit parent because they know say when you educate that Pekin, they're able to help the country. But we Sierra Leone don't think like that at all. And not to all Sierra Leoneans. Now only certain governments, certain people in governance when they come into government, now then they think this way. But anyway, now that's now one of the things that will happen at the country this past week. Why is the president, they know say the time this was the president they go to State House for go work. Now that exact time the Pekin then go amass themselves na State Avenue, right there in the State House, who said the president they work. They stood there and they demonstrated the way we wanna see. So this is now a very good signal, a very clear signal where the president not supposed to forget. But you know, this president can act like I say, I don't care. But anyway, it been get for Kandeh at least he recognized the Pekin. That was a good thing. The Mr. President came down and recognized the case. That's what we heard, right? So today we'll get for continue for bring you information on the two political parties, dominant political parties in the country, the Slpp and the APC. The Slpp and then Freetown right now, then they make arrangement for men and go elect the presidential candidate, which will happen tomorrow. And of course the APC then Makeni at this point then serve the organized by tomorrow we will know who are the presidential candidate. So this is a very key moment in the life of Sierra Leone, right? For both the Slpp and the APC and for Sierra Leone as well. For know from them two dominant political parties that we don't dominate politics in Sierra Leone since 1961, 56 years plus. For let know who that them na the presidential candidates for the two political parties them. We'll get for know that one day by tomorrow. Today not just the preparations, then they on. And so that get for go on, right? And so my family that we'll get for try for connect with Freetown right about this time for see if we'll go able to get some updates from the Slpp convention. And of course we'll try for connect with Mr. Mohammed Kaba as well, na Makeni, for let go give you updates on what they go on, right? So one for me stick around.
Something don't come back home, the kabudu don't grab back. Inside a kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat bell full or you go sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey bubble.
We the people ain't bang for every safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salon. We all go better. If we vote man we come for can take, well, he left to me. Now we get for so far.
I know ever able vote na me life, I go Ibam this time, I sweat to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I sweat to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am P, they know they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They send me one green vote for two tapas. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad rest. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They say because we born a Makeni, me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
I want to make lots of love for mama ki ante pa.
Talk to me, make we hear it.
Machi ma continent of us want to mota.
Tell the people
Say rasong sa zempa monte batata. Ngate ne sakalom ngata fa suko korin sit man kita.
tell we bo make we hear it.
Kala ka bande amaki e telo from me pedo kom. Ude ke mire makada matimba. Minel munang. Awa mit dem ne mut dem ne kon dem ne. Sata besa dem ne. Sata sala ka matabris ka makada matimba. Awa inem teme mamu sasa sala ka makada
Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Say me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Say me one green vote for one barrest. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Vote say because we born a Makeni. Me voting on me life, me voting on me life. Vote say because we born a Kandeh.
We want see changes from the grass to the roots. With manifestos, we get plans for the youth. We tire with the lies, now we stand for the truth. We need chef, we go change the taste of the soup. Why? With them read for shape t-shirts and I shall be for go rally. Then go member we. After election.
Right, of course, and so from them right now at this point in time we get Mr. Sheku Tanga right from Freetown at the SLPP Convention Hall. We want for me to give you a little rundown of waiting the happen at the Convention Hall in Freetown right now. Hello, Mr. Tanga, how are you doing?
Oh yeah, hello.
Yes, Sheku. What did they go on at Freetown? Which partner turn way SLPP then gets the convention? Hello, Sheku, you get we?
You have
Alright, so without Sheku, so we try to call again. Let's see if we can get him on the
telephone
line.
number you wish to dial now. Or
Alright, my family when I get forgive you some time.
Shanten don't come back home, the kabudu don't grab back. Inside a kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, our. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat well full or you go sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people and bang for every safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salone, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can take, well, he left to me. Now we get for so far.
I know ever able vote na me life, I go Ibam this time, I sweat to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I sweat to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am P, they know they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life.
Yes, and so we get Sheku on the line now. So Sheku, which partner turn SLPP and get a convention?
All right, thank you very much, Sheriff. Well, actually, the SLPP convention will take place at the western part of Freetown.
Okay.
By Wikis Road.
Okay.
And a short drive off Wikis Road, and the hallway the convention will take place called Casco. Now a well decorated hall. We get a very big space outside where it will encourage a lot of crowds, and it get also car park. Outside people then go camp park the most garden with no problem. Okay. So that side they actually organize the convention.
Okay, and so where you see the way they see Freetown, waiting at the atmosphere inside Freetown about this time, you know, where this convention will take place there.
The atmosphere actually very lively, I will tell you, without any iota of doubt. The atmosphere very lively.
So it's like Freetown, they expect SLPP get some kind of support now Freetown based on this activity?
Well, based on what the crowd will see today, even though a lot of other people also come from outside, because we get delegates from across the country, or from all the regions, from all the constituencies in the country, we actually come for actually grace this all important occasion. But notwithstanding that, the population actually look encouraging where they send a signal, and give SLPP also the confidence that come 2018 March 7 election, they will emerge victorious. Because of that's the confidence we then get, and even in the hall, all of the statements the party members, including other political parties, the way they invite or can actually join them for great occasion. Also, they give the confidence that yes, SLPP has the crowd for unseat the APC.
Wow. Okay, and so waiting at the arrangements and where they go on now with regards to the SLPP, waiting that they do today and about right now, and waiting at the projections for tomorrow.
All right. Right. So they basically not the official ceremony that takes place. So on the agenda, they invite different stakeholders, the international community, like the European Union, the British High Commission, the U.S. Embassy, the French Embassy, the Chinese Embassy now Freetown. They also invite other political parties we also make statements. Also, we know say we get a body responsible for the regulation of the conduct of political parties, we call the PPRC. They have been present for actually observe the process, and the representatives make a statement. And we also get SLPP from other region from the diaspora. We also present. We also make statements in the official opening ceremony. And I want to tell you, and people will listen, fortunate for view this or also listen to the audio. We want for Yerite, the former Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Solomon Ekuma Berewa, actually come grace this important occasion of the SLPP. It's at the at the hall. Then Kamarimba also, we the one of where the firebrand politician and now in the country also make a statement and he give hope to the SLPP. And his statement where he was very much appealing to the SLPP. He said the convention where SLPP organize and the election where they do tomorrow, the flag bearer where they elect to emerge as the president of the Republic of this country come March 2018 election.
So Mr. Mohammed Kamerimba talking one day exclusively like that, right?
Exactly, he's talking one day.
Okay.
Actually, and because of that statement, he gets a lot of applause from members of the SLP. We also give them the confidence. We also give them the hope that even where Kamerimba don't come from a political party, we still get confidence in the SLPP for take over the political seat of this country, political governance of this country come 2018.
And so Sheku, you don't cover the convention at Kenema, now you cover this convention looking at all the activities that the SLPP don't engage in and compare that then activities then they to all the internal conflicts that they go on. Waiting you they see the SLPP they do at this point. You feel saying that a brand new party with a brand new set of ideas?
And in fact, people are very much surprised with the kind of unity where SLPP don't begin to demonstrate. I think the election where they do at Kenema, a lot of people they don't learn a lesson. So what they do for now, according to the chairman, where the election of that convention for the chairman and leader is having, they embark on what they call reconciliation. And according to him, the reconciliation don't give dividends. Now, in fact, we see a lot of other people like Solomon Ekuma Berewa and the supporters of the party, they, in their numbers, and then now street. In fact, when you begin from Aberdeen Road or Congo Cross, stay to Lumley, you get a whole lot of supporters, and people not pass. People are everywhere in a jubilant mood, supporting the SLPP, and they are waiting for elect the flag bearer tomorrow. And the chairman even say, Dr. Freetown, that the person where they get for elect tomorrow as a flag bearer for leading at the election will be exclusively the property of the opposition SLPP, and so they will do everything humanly possible for support that candidates for win the election when they come.
Okay, and so how about even the town, Freetown itself as a city? How is it like? Is it calm? Is it quiet? People that they go about their normal business, everything they go on fine?
Oh, of course, there is actually no complaint in terms of disturbance, in terms of security threats, because we also you also know that the governing APC also they hold a convention out of the western area, then go to Makeni and the northern part of the country to actually get the young flag bearer either elected or appointed, because they get constitutional provision according to the young party whether for elect or appoint. But I think that's done able to stabilize, the peace of the city. So everybody there when they do the normal business, and the SLPP they across the streets, the weekends, the main weekends in road, and with the see the police themselves they in high gear, they actually provide security. And AIG Kali, where na the AIG for the western area, actually they na the ground for to say nothing not disturb the process where the SLPP they undertake that process. So security, there's actually at the moment no problem.
Right. Okay, of course, Sheku Tanga, the report live from Freetown, Sierra Leone, outside the SLPP convention to take place. Of course, Sheku, if you go able to forget some of the stakeholders in the party, for now we'll go talk to them later on, we will appreciate that. And for now, we appreciate you very much for everything.
With regards to the other question where you asked what will happen today, that I don't go through them.
Right.
But what thing else will happen tomorrow is the election of the flag bearer. And we for no say we get 5 contenders now in this region.
Right.
We get Ali Kaba, we get Umaru Bonwuri, we get Munda Rogers, we get retired Julius Madabio, then we get John Ofonjo Benjamin. So now then actually the contest for become the flag bearer of the main opposition Sierra Leone People's Party. And tomorrow the delegates from across the country go then actually get for cast and vote, for the person we get for emerge. And the chairman in the hall say he get for give space, for let each of the candidates talk to the delegates then. And the election hall therefore be strictly for delegates then tomorrow, and for key stakeholders like the CPRC and media practitioners and journalists. And they're not going to allow other people from outside to enter the hall, because they're going to restrict and make sure they follow the proceedings according to the PPRC regulation.
Well, we hope say at least then go allow we the journalists then for enter inside the hall, at least for able for cover waiting the apple day. But for now, Sheku, want to tell you plenty thank you. If you ever forget anybody we'll go talk to, just give us a call. Thank you so much for now, Sheku.
You're most welcome.
All right. Of course, some family Nana Sheku Tanga, he talked to we today from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Now the SLPP convention. Of course, as we know, the SLPP convention they take place in Freetown, and this convention is exclusively for the party to elect its presidential candidate for the 2018 presidential election in the country. And so now that's they happen, right? And so let's stick around as we continue for bringing you the program.
As now see the parade with Manabi and picture right round. This time the Okada people there in Sian, the parade with Manabi and picture right round Freetown today. As the young man they don't tire, young man they don't tire.
Export ou de poulet na district. No more papa, no more export. No more papa, no more export. Comment va être do attack? Do attack, t'as vu comment? Do
APC institution is stable. You see me for you. See am, bra. And for them, I dey pass sumo na people know what you. This sumo as they get out from the Usman and that they are ready to put Manabio back to power. Oh, now Manabio is called Isalo Mufti. Wow. As now see the parade with Manabio in picture right round. This and the Okada people there in Siam, the parade with Manabio in picture right round Freetown today. As the young man they don't tire, young man they don't tire.
Espoir ou de poule na district. No more papa, no more espoir. No more papa, no more espoir. Comment va être son doigt sac? Doigt sac, t'as vu comment?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, just like I don't tell you now, of course, the APC, that are the incumbent All People's Congress, then said then Makeni, right about this time, then they go through the convention. Of course, we reported down Makeni, Mr. Mohammed Kaba. Mr. Kaba will give you a quick update as well as to waiting on the happen inside Makeni today. Of course, yesterday we see the president arrived at the Makeni and plenty other APC dignitaries. And so, Mr. Mohammed Kaba, how you do today now, Makeni?
Yeah, plenty thank you, sir. Family will view the television now. Makeni looks stable apparently, and of course, security. In terms of security, the police have some situation in combination with the army forces for ensure they put certain security structures in place. And this diverse on a road for ensure people stay there, and of course, they make some few road checks around. Inside the hall, we see the All People Congress Party, the APC, where the convention started today. They arrive at the delegate conference open proper, and of course, we see the speaker, the senior speaker, and the president, where they also make a chairman and leader of the party. We make a lot of issues that I like to remind people of the garden. Say the garden around very much historic, especially for people who are the first time for the delegate and of course, especially when a transition period like this. We admonish and say let the focus and come together as a party. We remind ourselves as a country that the only party is the only party that we democratically organized or conducted election. In fact, some example then where they make progress from the party to present day. I like some area of where they don't win some seats in a parliament, especially during the first time, where they enter into the limelight of politics and get 27 seats in a parliament. Then the second time, the other hearing come as president to go to 59, and now to the top they get 57 seats in parliament. This makes them be one of the majority in terms of the House of Parliament. We apologize to a lot of people there. So the party, the pro-man party, the APC party as party in the pro-man party, and of course, you see the division we're going to take tomorrow by 7 in the morning. So there'll be one way very critical and so admonish the various aspirants over 50 way the appear at the president sitting at the Congress. It's telling say anyway emerge for the all for ensure to support one another. But like stressing overnight and therefore there is special way the Secretary General winner Usman Ambassador Dr. Yansani say now essentially the other for go take a written document and hopes that anybody can give is just to ensure to the all support nobody not go away from the party. The president will be conclude in statement in the it is not so fair way they will say the people are not focus in this is time for a particular region, a particular tribe or a particular district for saying that we can be the president come and out of the president aspirant. So they don't consider to the party, they don't look at new person, old person, all the work difference in the interest of the party. And the party constitution, the provision says therefore elect or select. So these are the this function where the people Now the convention we can especially observer they ask most of them but most of them on the way talk, especially Joseph Pichu Akamara, the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, because we believe in the process and of course either election in the appropriate way. But we are sure also say if you know emerge as winner tomorrow, it's obvious and definitely for support the route and regime, and of course to be ready to follow the footsteps of the party and the structures of the party respectively.
Right. And so, Mr. Kabal, so where APC, then they talk about if somebody emerge tomorrow as the winner. So election therefore take place for this flag bearer position inside the APC?
Well, in the election side, they don't rule them out. Definitely, the Secretary General rule them out. The person they remind the people at the hall say, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they took the party to court, where they were talking to issues about the position of legal flag bearer and the party. So at the end of the day, the Supreme Court will show the case and take the case in and try out and then continue to stand on the ground and the written, the black and white reading at the APC, the 5th December 1995 Constitution of the All People Congress and the Constitution. This thing don't be clear point. Then either they go to election or selection, but the Secretary General said tomorrow they're not going to election, now selection. And the selection process will be consultative. So like tomorrow morning by 7, they go and invite almost all the district people there, the various wings will constitute the delegate for president, and then for being alongside with the delegate and the officer, my open door, so the close door meeting there, they get together, and of course they will affect and really affect themselves, and go like, see how they will be said. Apart from the inner structure or inner division, where plenty people that is part of the country, they are affiliated the party at a way to division and just make them now symbolic now it will be inclusive. But again, just to the division, that's a speculation of first people. So like the unity of vote tomorrow will work for real amount because the constitution the provision for election, but presently the present situation when we go for election and the endorsement will be pronounced over and over.
Right. And so from when you don't arrive now Makeni, waiting at the atmosphere and at the tone, how people they receive this kind of convention where they take place inside Makeni, waiting at the atmosphere. Well,
in as much as the party people they consider the convention for being historic because plenty of the people already at the party now, except for the young breed, they know how they need to face already, they're going to politics, them so it be the election and they're going to convention they for both seats. Elect or select a particular person will represent there. The president invite people to 10 million and the party, they're not going to them kind of they will call them over next day. Now this person now presidential candidate. Nobody on the comment. So like plenty of the young voters there, they're really interested over the process. And of course the people that will come, the whole of the 2 days they don't come, they arrive at the yesterday, people know the street. If according to statistics I do, Makeni City gets a total number of approximately 550 bedrooms, the hotel and motels that we have in part of the country. You never believe the amount of delegate patients now like them get approximately 1,500. So imagine they get 2 times the number of available rooms per day. So like most of the people in Nigeria private houses, some in them schools, some they outside, especially the youth then they are street mellow, up and about security, the police and then on top security, incident of first aid to come in of course. The driver that where the road diversion the way they don't make no accidents, no separated with that measure.
Right. And so as per the election or the selection of the presidential candidate for the APC tomorrow, when you don't arrive in Makeni, anybody don't express concern to you to the fact that being that the national constitution of Sierra Leone don't talk say anybody with they become presidential candidate should have been elected by its political party. But now that APC they not get for go through election, anybody don't express any concern to you about a possible violation by the APC in this respect?
Yeah, the media get really concerned, but the problem now that internally, it seems as if all the accidents they don't get either an oath or a memorandum of understanding not to discuss around the issue. So like most of the question the posted as to whether they are satisfied and okay with the process, election or selection, they say yes, they're satisfied because now the structure where they meet and the party and of course then you go with them. So let's people really like plenty to around the sky back democracy not in the party. They don't fall for the issue of election because in a democratic country like this, and we require a democratic process and procedure, basically everybody for exercise will be best. Situation oriented for endorsement of election. The one with the one opposed to any candidate where majority or where few hierarchy will need, because when they express in opinion willingly, either for voice amount or for talk even to the press, because he will sit at it, he express about the particular terror. So like it's very difficult in a situation like this, but like plenty of people that we talk to, well, they essentially pressure to tell say, yes, things are not going to read their mind, but like most of them or some of them opposed to the present situation and going out election and endorsement.
Wow. And so they don't even get that fear for say maybe the presidential candidate in the opposition Sierra Leone People's Party or any other political party where they emerge, then go question the legitimacy of the APC presidential candidate because they not go through the national constitution for elect the presidential candidate. But anyway, Mr. Mohammed Kaba, we want to tell you plenty thank you for your time. Of course, my family would get difficulty with networks now. Makeni, forget Mr. Kaba sometimes is very difficult, but we appreciate you. And so before the convention the over finally, is it about to over now or then still the day?
Yes, this it's almost past 6-7 now. The presidential aspirant and the secretary general, the secretariat, they are just asking that they may research that they just protest them 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours time, then they converge back to the main and it's Kuma all when they don't build the newly constructed regional headquarters, when they converge the back for can discuss waiting the secretary general described as very important issue from where they will take very important and meaningful decision. They need to get later, like 1 hour from now with the delegates then, we know stay there for the around the issue of undertaking because it's a general emphasize. They say they can do any research, but they don't want to make as a party, they don't format or they want to use in a research form, and of course, they make an overlay, and of course, they get other ceremony they will do again. We're going to ensure the voice where they will pull out after then we don't get the election possible than the one. Nobody not go away from the party, nobody not go away from the division. So the basically like that they go for can meet again for can discuss. And of course tomorrow morning as well, 7 o'clock to 8, then we call all the chairmen then at the DC, the whole country, and therefore can meet there again for can say in that division where they can help for take the same votes with the aspiring flag bearer candidates there.
Right. And so just now we'll talk to a reporter at Freetown at the SLPP hall, Mr. Sheku Tanga. We say other political parties were invited by the SLPP for attend this particular convention at Freetown. Now you see if APC they invite any other political party for Canada's convention at Makeni?
Yes, political tolerance also been displayed today, and we will start with the head of the political parties and the PPRC. The representative in the make excellent point there, in the measure of section 34 of the Salon Constitution, with the right to the establishment of the PPRC for regulated monitor the affairs or activities of political parties the way register with the Commission Salon. The party, and of course, tell them for keep up the spirit, and of course, we see also other party members from the opposition party, the Assistant Secretary General Bidena, when Sheku left more Koroman, he expressed the appreciation, gratitude to the ruling party, and of course, despite the fact that the delegate congress to go on simultaneously, but like, notwithstanding that, don't really be sending representation for them to give them voice to they are sure that they do them straight in spirit. Then they should get now unity because Kalina one country when we always say despite politics color or whatever, let us forget about election they can't want after that then we concentrate on the country because of the country. The only time we go before they go into a research or we go into more fun like we remind the leader president for say this time the young term 2018 will be the turn for SLPP. Assure them to them the win and of course but just go there for follow there against now the convention and not can follow there as opposition. Right.
Okay, yes. So Mr. Mohammed Kaba, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you for your time and for your reporting. And of course, we'll get back to you a little later. But tomorrow night, the big day, we'll get to know from the two dominant political parties them would that the presidential candidates for them political parties. Thank you very much, Mr. Kaba.
A pleasure.
All right.
Come back home, the kabudu don't grab back. Inside a kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat well full or you dey sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people and bang for every safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salone, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take, well, he left to me. Now we get for so far.
I know ever able vote na me life, I go Ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They send me one green vote for two tapa. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They vote say because we born a Makeni, Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
I want him to love mama ki ante pa.
Talk to me when me query.
Machi my continent of what you want to mota.
Tell the people
Say rasong sa zemba monte batata. Ngate ne sakalom tata fa suka korin zik man kita.
Tell the people me query.
Kena kapende amaki e telo from me dokom. Ude kemire makada matimba. Minen munang. Awa mitem ne muntem ne kontem ne. Sato bezatem ne. Sasa sula kama tabris kama kata matimba. Awa inem tene mamu sasa sula kama kutsuka.
Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They send me one green vote for two tapa. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They send me one green vote for one bad dress. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They vote say because we born a Makeni, Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They vote say because we born a Kenema.
We want see changes from the grass to the roots. With manifestos, we get plans for the youth. We tire with the lies, now we stand for the truth. We need chef, we go change the taste of the soup. Why? Wait them read for shape t-shirts and I shall be for go rally. Then go member we. After election and take power, give the power them. When we talk, they for them but we. Then go give we bitter cola for go campaign. Where they win them and the family pop champagne. We no go fet for no politician again. This time we go land. We no one die campaign. Mind box side diamond now we land. For pay fee, papa no get dime na in hand. We want more youth, a woman then a power. Parliament, a cabinet, more mommy na power.
Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress.
Dimanya muimu kama monyonyo. Sanya penga mule magoma Inabile kemu kanya nebele ama. Chimi akbe mu malama Konele baja sinya mao. Jifa mwambie mubwe kanye yao. Yena we amwambie na fae. Mule mambo makbele mae. Mwakanya na vikrobe. Kongwele juhu wa mae. Kenya ya ewini krobe. Na vianyane kamukwe mubla. Tau hekba ekenya huwoyo. Dwe ya grama agramu pelo Amogwe Kenya na yuma mulukolo numa okwe bate.
If I know ever able vote na me life, I go Ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life.
Yes, of course, if you not ever vote na your life, this is not the time where you for go you vote. Of course, this is not a very critical election, get for Kandeh, Sierra Leone. And of course, just like how we don't hear from Mr. Mohammed Kaba from Makeni, of course, now that they go on. Of course, the APC as a political party, then forget also the young presidential candidate by tomorrow. But, you know, the fact that the national constitution of Sierra Leone don't talk say, for every political party that one in the country where they participate in the electoral process, then presidential candidate for be elected by their people. I mean, we get for check into that. I'm not too sure if that is what the constitution of Sierra Leone says, but because they get plenty lawyers then inside APC, for me they go blatantly say they not get forget election as election, then there must be a provision in the constitution we go allow them for do that one day. But plenty of the concerns and way people have been on they express is that they supposed forget election of their candidate, their presidential candidate, they're not for just do selection. They forget election. If they not do election, that means they are in total violation of the national constitution of Sierra Leone. And so if they violate the constitution of Sierra Leone, then they forget a serious legal problem, because the opposition political parties then go able for challenge the APC for say they have violated the constitution, they did not properly elect their presidential candidate, and therefore their presidential candidate is not qualified to run for the presidential election if the constitution allows. So now this way we feel say now some areas this way we need clarifications on, and so hopefully by tomorrow we'll be able for come up with those clarifications in those areas, you know, because tomorrow night at the election, today now just the preparations towards that election. And so me from what we want for do now, so now we want for let you know for say you know plenty things then they way they happen way you supposed to get access to, because you see we Sierra Leoneans the most times we can become a little complacent way important stuff they take place in our country will not they pay too much attention to then thing, and they will get left so don't the things swallow we. But I think say it very necessary for let we able for understand the some of the processes the way they take place in the country, let we able for know waiting they go on, let we go be fully informed, right? And so we get for bring come to now the how we call them the National Electoral Commission, when at the body this way get for man the affairs of the entire election process in the country. Of course, we don't talk to the chairman of that commission, when Mr. Mohammed Ali Infakonte. We don't talk to him exclusively, and we get for Brian come back for talk to him. It not gonna be today, you know, because this is not purely political parties, then business this today and tomorrow. But we get for bring on the National Electoral Commissioner, you know, for Sierra Leone for talk to her again on the preparations going into this election. But for now, let me just go to the website quickly and see waiting some of the things then waiting at the website we'll go able to get access to. In the first place, let us see the political parties then way they participate in this whole election, the 2018, the 2018 election. Of course, we get the Alliance Democratic Party, the ADP, the All People's Congress, APC, Citizens Democratic Party, when at the CDP, the National Democratic Alliance, the NDA, National Progressive Democrats, the NPD, People's Democratic Party, PDP Sobe, Peace and Liberation Party, when at the PLP, and of course People's Movement for Democratic Change, when at the PMDC, Revolutionary United Front Party, RUFP, the Sierra Leone People's Party, of course the SLPP, the United Democratic Movement, the UDM, and the United National People's Party, when at the UNPP. Now they get for participate in this election coming, and of course you know, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right now, 12 political parties, then they we don't register. Of course, we don't hear say the Coalition for Change, when at the C4C, then say we don't get them provisional certificate from the PPRC, when at the the PPRC and the body down the way they regulate political parties, their activities in the country, they don't get provisional certificate from them, and so we hope that then go get the actual you know document. Of course, we hope say then go able to get them. Right, and so the other political party, of course, now the National Grand Alliance, they now they not don't get the yet, because then get the PPRC get issues with the logo. The logo we then use, they get plenty information inside. So then if you say one the color, the the Okada waiting inside the logo and other things, then they get plenty issues with that. So that we don't return, that we don't reject and force provisionally, wherein they want for me to ratify certain things then about that logo before then go give them certification. So we don't know whether that can happen. But anyway, the leader of that National Grand Coalition, when Dr. Kandeh Yumkella, I've been get an interview with the BBC Facebook Live, and of course we're going to bring that interview to Una later on in this program. But the other thing we want to talk to Una about is that the National Electoral Commission actually gets they don't create an app where you go able to download on your phone and actually use and forget updates on things that will happen. Let's just see if we go able to bring that update to right about this time. Okay, all right, and so let's see if we can bring it to you. Of course, the app is right here. The app is right there, and of course this is not the app. It opens like this, and of course on this app, where you go to, you will get the background. Let me use my glasses for this. Okay, you'll get the background. All right. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so you will tap on the three dots and within at the top left hand corner. Of course, it gets a list of menu items there where you go use. Of course, it give you neck background. Like if we click on neck background, you go able to forget neck background. Under neck background, you get a history, you get a constitutional mandate. Under constitutional mandate, you go able to read a lot about plenty things. Then the mission and vision of neck. And of course, the guiding principles, all that kind of talking. And then, of course, if you come back, you can able to forget electoral activities, the constitution and constituencies and wards. Of course, we get constituencies and ward right here. We get the constituency description. Of course, you can able for type in your constituency Nayaso and click on search, and that's able for bring the information where they look for. And of course, we also get electoral updates, which is an elections update, registration centers, voter exhibition, candidates nomination, election campaign, all things, and they get information. Let's just click on one. When are the registration exhibition centers? Let's say district centers. You can type the district in, you can able to get the information, or you type the constituency in, you're able to get the information. Of course, so then they go able to answer that. And of course, political parties, of course, just like what we don't show you, this now the list of political parties, you will see them all, and so you can able to see this app here so on your on a Google Play Store, or you're gonna the Apple store online. You go able for download them, and that's go able for help you for able for see exactly waiting na the thing, right? And so I feel saying a very good thing on the part of the National Electoral Commission for me to go able for provide information like this way. Very important, way Sierra Leoneans they go need, as long as if they continue for updating, because why check not all information are updated, so hopefully then go continue for the update, and so that way you go there, you go able for get the pertinent information where you need for able for inform you about waiting they go on inside Slpp, inside the elections process, right? And so me family, that's not the the issue right about this time. And so we got to continue for bring you the program. Of course, just the car we don't hear you from the two reporters then Freetown and Makeni. Now this they go on, and so now we know exactly waiting the two political parties then they do. And so next we get for continue for bring you the program. Of course, we get for bring you Dr. Kandeh Yumkella in interview with the BBC for letting save in perspective. All right, so stick around with us.
Come back home, the kabudu don't grab back. Inside a kabudu day, the good one and day, and the bad one and back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat bell full or you go sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people and bang for every safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salone, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take, well, it left to me. Now we get for Slpp.
I know ever able vote na me life, I go Ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Rank a politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Pete and all they can ruin me life. So I don't too sweet to enjoy me life. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. They say me one green vote for two tapa. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. So me one green vote for one bad. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. They say because we born a Makeni, Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. They say because we born a Kenema.
I want to make a love mama ki ante pa.
Talk to you me kuyeri.
Machi magonta talk as you want to mota.
Tell the people
Say rasong sa zampa manse batata. Ngate ne sakalom ngata fasuko korin zigman kita.
Tell the people me kuyeri.
Kera kapende amaki tell from me come. Ude kebire makata matimba. Mineng munang. Awa mitem ne muntem ne kontem ne. Sata bezatem ne. Sasa sala kama tabriska makata matimba. Awa inemte ne mamu sasa sala kama
me putting on me life, me putting on me life. Say me one green vote for two tapa. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. Say me one green vote for one bad. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. They say because we born a Makeni, Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. They say because we born a Kenema.
We want to see changes from the grass to the roots. With manifestos, we get plans for the youth. We tire with the lies, now we stand for the truth. We need chef, we go change the taste of the soup. Why? Wait them read for shape t-shirts and a shobi for go rally. Then go member we. After election and take power, give the power them. When we talk, they for them but we. Then go give we bitter cola for go campaign. Where they win them and the family pop champagne. We no go fet for no politician again. This time we go land. We no one die campaign. Mind box I diamond now we land. For pay fee, papa no get dime na in hand. We want more youth, a woman then a power. Parliament, a cabinet, more mommy na power.
Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. Say me one green vote for two tapa. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. Say me one green vote for one bad.
Dimanya muimu kama monyonyo. Tanya penga mule magoma Inabile ke mukanya nebele ama. Chimi akbe mu malama Konele baja sinyama o. Jifa mwambie mukwe kenye yo. Yena we amwambie na fae. Mule mambo makpele mae. Mwakenya na mikrobe. Kongrele juhu wa mae. Kenye ya ewini kobe. Na vianyane. Kamukwe mukla. Tau hegba Kenya huwoyo. Dwe ya grama agramu pelo Amogwe Kenya na yuma mulokolo numa hotwe bate.
I know ever Igbo votes na me life, I go Ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever votes na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, all they can ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Pete and all they can ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. They say me one green vote for two tapa. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life. Say me one green vote for one bad. Me putting on me life, me putting on me life.
All right, and so we found that not the information we were able to get that is the information we they bring come to now today. Of course, exclusive to conventions happening in the country at this point. And of course, just like I would don't tell you, we forget the National Grand Coalition. Of course, we don't tell when I say the Coalition for Change, then we don't get provisional certificate for moving on, even though now that make them not appear on the National Electoral Commission, the website yet, because they have not really received them full certificate yet. So the National Grand Coalition then say they don't reject them because of the logo, the kind logo, then get too much information, the color, the Okada and all that thing, So the NIPA work on that. But then leader, when Dr. Kandeh Yumkella get an interview in London with the BBC Focus on Africa, Facebook Live part, they begin for get an interview. And so we get for bring that interview to you right about this time. For let's see what he been saying, right? Stick around.
Many thanks for joining us here for this Facebook Live session. This is BBC Africa's Focus on Africa Facebook session with Sierra Leonean politician Kandeh Yumkella. Now, fancy this. He left a high-flying career at the United Nations to enter politics back home as an opposition presidential contender. His CV includes 2 terms as Director General of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization and UN Under Secretary General. Impressive. And then before all of those, he had also served as a Minister for Trade and Industry back home in Sierra Leone. But then his dream of leading the main opposition party in elections next March met with stiff hostility. So now he set up his own independent movement, and he's currently in London. Many thanks for joining us today, sir.
Thank you for having me in the studio.
Before we talk about your ambitions and why you want to be president of Sierra Leone, quickly, a bit of housekeeping. So in the last few days, Sierra Leone's Political Parties Registration Commission has objected to the registration of your party. What's going on? What are the objections?
No, they have received objections to the colors of the party. They've received objections to the logo of the party. And they've conveyed that information to the party officials yesterday, which was the day we were supposed to have our final certificate to be out there in the streets now.
So you don't have your certificate as we speak?
No.
You don't?
But,
Okay.
but they've invited the party in for discussions on Tuesday next week to go through those issues that they've raised. But
so the objections are on the basis that one, the motorcycle in your logo wasn't acceptable, and two, your party's choice of color. They said both these instances they were likely to confuse voters.
That is what the objectors said. So they're being a neutral party trying to bring to us the concerns of certain people. But let me just address those. They claim that the colors might confuse voters because other parties have the same colors. But if you look at the 12 existing parties today, a number of them have colors that are similar to colors the other parties have. So I give you some examples. The SLPP and the RUFP, those two parties both have green in their symbol. 3 parties have blue, the PLP, the PDP, and the NPD. The RUFP and the NPD also have gold. It has not confused anybody. What we did, it was very deliberate. We had a rainbow. We were looking at
all those colors.
Of colors. Because why? We don't want a dominant color. Because we want to be inclusive. And if you go to South Africa, that's the trend in South Africa. They needed to do that to show that all shades are welcome.
Quickly,
no
what
one
about the
domination.
motorcycle in your logo?
The motorcycle, they say that might represent one interest group. Well, you can argue the same, that the palm tree might represent palm tree farmers or those who tap palm wine. Yeah? So there are colors, there are symbols people have used that may belong to traders, to hawkers. We chose our symbol. It is very symbolic. This is someone riding a motorcycle taking to the people the scale of justice, because there's so much injustice in the country. On the one hand of that scale, you have a bulb, which represents enlightenment, education, probably energy, just things that will open up their horizon. On the other scale is a hoe. We want to send the values of hard work, entrepreneurship. When they say that might confuse people, I say, but wait a minute. Somebody riding a motorcycle does not resemble a palm tree. It does not resemble the red sun.
Okay,
very different.
So, Dr. Yumkella, is it your view that there's something more sinister going on than people rocking up to the commission to say we object?
I believe
on the basis of those colors.
I believe
and
so.
what would be the basis for that view?
I just pray that the commission, which I respect very much, will indeed do the job they were created for, and I'm confident.
What are you suggesting?
I know the officials there that they will look at all of this. For example, some of the objections are anonymous. Yeah, typically when the objections, I've been there now 2 years, when the objections were called in, the objector and the other side to discuss the objections, and they usually arbitrate. But some of these objections, and they came in last minute. We've been checking.
But pardon me for butting it, but when you say you pray that they'll do the job that they've been mandated, you suggesting some unseen hand is throwing a spanner in your work, trying to prevent you from contesting for president. Is that what you're saying?
We have been engaging with the PPRC for long, and we were there on Friday. There were no objections. We were there on Monday checking. There were no objections. My information.
Who would want to scuttle
my
your
information is they met there, in fact, to discuss, to hand over the certificate, how they should call us in.
And
then somebody pulls out of the bag that, oh, by the way, there were these objections. If you're going to have such a meeting, my experience with meetings, people receive their file folders a week before 2 days before to review notes before they go in. But even the commissioners, my information, went in there knowing that, hey, this is D-Day, they've met all requirements, we give them their certificate.
So who would want to scuttle
pulls
your ambition, Dr. Yumkella?
Well, I know that my candidature makes a lot of people scared. Yeah.
Who?
Let us tell you that if you look at the voters now, there are about 650,000 new voters, young people who were 13, 14, 15, not affiliated with parties.
I want us to move this conversation on to the bigger picture of things, but just that question I want us to unearth. Who would want to scuttle your political ambition? Are you looking at the presidency, for example?
No. I will not make any aspersions. I will just say that I do know that my entrance in the race has caused quite a bit of turbulence, and that is part of what I intended to do, that we needed a new political narrative. We don't have to follow traditional paths. So even the way I campaign on policy. I've been doing public lectures that attract thousands of students, young people, Okada riders, traders, just coming there to say, wow, we've never had town hall meetings in this country.
In a moment, we should talk to the issues that matter to the young people, the Okada riders, bike taxi drivers, as you're talking about. First of all, why do you want to be president of Sierra Leone?
I believe I can transform my country. I have spent over 20 years in the development field. And when I was at the UN, it bothered me to see whenever they put up indicators of development, we're always at the bottom.
So what difference would it make?
Yet you look at the resources we have, human and natural capital, in terms of minerals and other wealth. You see 6.57 million people that they can change. So I want to bring new ideas to them, because I believe we can lift more people out of poverty. We can create space for bigger private sector investment. We can also help to establish the necessary infrastructure that will create competitiveness across the economy so we can create wealth.
Look,
that is not happening.
There are dozens of others in the governing party alone, more than 20, I understand, who also want to be president. So, what's unique about you? Why you? What have you got to offer that's any different from anyone else?
I don't come with any baggage. Yeah, I don't come with any baggage. I come with fresh ideas. I have been in the development field over 20 years, helping other countries in terms of technology transfer, private sector development, industrialization, agribusiness development, and of course the last 10 years, pushing for energy access, particularly for African economies, knowing how that. So I come with a set of skills and an international network and goodwill that we're going to need to transform that country. We can't do it alone. We're a small country. So that set of assets that I bring is very unique to this game.
Okay, let's talk about transformation, shall we? What for you is the main problem in Sierra Leone? What is it you intend to do that will really transform the country, to turn things around from where it is? Because we know at the moment that, Sierra Leone is a place of grinding poverty and hardship for the majority.
I have 5 priorities. First, you have to tackle corruption and the leakage from government. I estimate that every year we lose $60 or more million, just pilferage, literal pilferage in the department.
We know the problem. What's the solution? Okay. What's your solution?
That's why my track record matters. You yourself have to have the determination that, yes, every year people declare their assets. In fact, the citizens are calling for that. Clean. And you make sure that you yourself drive that accountability through the system.
How will you do this?
I mean, that's one of the things we did in the UN, but also in...
How will you do this in Sierra Leone, Dr. Yumkella?
No, I bring that best practice. Accountability.
What is the fine detail of that best practice?
You have to set an example yourself. First of all, you declare your own assets and you make it a system every year. Everybody declares. Yeah? Very open. Second, you make sure that when resources are given to the ministries, you drive results, not just allocations of funds. That you got to do. Because the Auditor General shows year in, year out that we're losing over 100 billion leones every year just in the ministry.
So you're saying you will set targets for your ministers?
You got to be results-based.
And if they don't meet those targets, what happens?
First of all, you check regularly. You walk the corridors. If you go to the ministries to facilitate. If they can't deliver results, they got to go.
You fire your minister if you don't deliver.
I would fire if we've tried to facilitate and support you to deliver the results and you cannot. I have also seen something that President Ouattara does that I like. he takes the cabinet meetings almost every quarter to a region. But they go there for a whole week to look at the results for different ministers in that region. If we had given you money for education to build schools, we come and visit. Let us see where, and they take your colleagues to go and see the education projects or the agriculture projects. But that also brings government to the people, brings the government to the people, if you see what I mean. In addition, private sector development, this cannot just be a slogan. This is something I have done around the country, the world, promoting private investments, creating the enabling environment for investment protection, but also stable macroeconomic conditions. So yes, investors have confidence that policies will be there over the long term, that policies will be fair. They are not created just to suit a handful of private sector entities.
In the conversation about corruption, I want us to look at, Sierra Leone's resources. You just alluded to it. So many thanks for joining us here for this Facebook Live session. This is BBC Africa's Focus on Africa Facebook session with Sierra.
All right, and so me family them na Dr. Kandeh Yumkella, of course, na imbi appear on that BBC interview, BBC Focus on Africa Facebook Live interview. Of course, one for say plenty thank you to BBC for making possible on social media, of course, public social media, so we're able for user. And of course, now that make I like the BBC. Then they grill you. Then when you go there for answer questions, then they grill you. They're not just one, because you see, I like way then they follow up on questions. Former politicians in the country, they can always give you these blanket promises. I want to elect me, na this I go do, na that I go do. So I like what the BBC then they ask, how will you do it? Because now that question of how is what we have not been able to answer at all. With politicians, they all can give you these blanket promises. Will not they ever ask them, how are you going to do it? Tell us in practical terms, how are you going to do it? And I like the answer we Kandeh give, wherein you get forget performance appraiser for every minister. You give a ministry to every minister with an objective, with a target, that by this time I want you to accomplish this. Tell me all the resources you need to be able to accomplish this. Bring forward all the documentation, all your presentations. Put your staff together in your ministry and tell them, what the president is requiring you to do. And then you guys put your resources together. If there's anything you need from the president's office, come over and we'll give you those resources. And then at the same time, like how President Ouattara they do na Senegal, take the cabinet meetings to the people, to the provinces. If like we don't give a particular project, like we say in agriculture, that they do farming, mechanized farming, na Toma Boom, na some area, na rest we'll forget. Right? After every quarter, take the cabinet meeting to Toma Boom and actually hold the meeting there and see waiting the Minister of Agriculture don't do in that area there. If the money won't again for do what it been supposed for do, if you don't apply that money there appropriately. If you don't apply them appropriately, when I ask the necessary questions, and this is not a thing when I get for delay, there shouldn't be any bureaucracy in this kind of arrangement. It should be quick. So the people then go turn around and see how active you are in taking decisions when it comes to this kind of things where they happen in the country. So you are taking the government to the people, but at the same time, you are doing a vetting process wherein you're able for vet this minister for know if what you've been telling for do, the resources where you give them, the money where you give them, if you don't put them to the actual use. I think that's a very nice way of doing things, right? And so that have been Kandeh Yumkella. Of course, he explained also about the National Grand Alliance, the difficulty whether they get with the PPLC right now for men go able for getting the provisional certificates, and subsequently for them to be granted this actual certificate so then go able to participate in the political process in the country. I don't know if the Grand Coalition gets enough time for Meda able to go through all of this. But anyway, things can happen. But right now, the momentum is on both the SLPP and the APC as then they go through the conventions then at the country. And of course, the APC, one of the incumbent political party, then Makeni, and the SLPP, the main opposition political party, the Freetown. Right about this time, that's gone, me family them. And so, me family them, you know, plenty other things then they will go for bring come to now. But one of the areas then we me really be one for talk boards. I get for can't talk about time so that we go keep our hopes high. So stick around with us.
These are fleets of buses heading towards the capital city of Sierra Leone, Makeni. And these are all JFK supporters. APC forever and ever. JFK for life. These are fleets of buses heading towards the capital city of Sierra Leone, Makeni. And these are all JFK supporters. APC forever and ever. JFK for life.
Well, I don't be know me family for say Makeni at the capital city of Sierra Leone. I don't be know that, but you don't get it from the man with the reports. But anyway, na social media, now they will get that video from. So we're not credible. However, it's credible because of the pictures all they see inside the video. But for say Makeni na capital city of Sierra Leone, it is not true, my family. Of course, we all know that. Even though they say that the president focus more inside in 10 year or 9 year of being president in Sierra Leone, it focus on Makeni more. Now they make they all the good things in Sierra Leone don't concentrate now. We they read that plenty times. But anyway, that is a topic for another time. But we get some people that we don't make comments then also. So let's see if we go able for read some of them comments then. We get plenty of people that we don't comment. But anyway, the one that we the top right now, we get McPherson Alice Angel. It say APC wanna see even the Pekin and don't vex pa una. Dennis Koima say the APC must be voted out. The SLPP is the only political party which can foster development in Sierra Leone. The APC has made a lot of mess. The economy, the health sector, education, and everything is in total decline. The people of Sierra Leone should vote for the SLPP come 2018. We get Momota Kavandi, of course, Danami Umbra, Edina Washington says, thanks so much for updating us with the developments in our country. Great job. Please keep it up. Of course, Stephen Jusu, Wenamio Bobo from Wesley Secondary School, Shebima, I don't say it in New York. He said, you can say that again. Sheriff's Radio is actually competing. Should change its name to Sheriff's Television Broadcasting Station. You see, you know, man, that's what you always do. All right, without your suggestion. So, Sheriff's Television Broadcasting Station, it's more than a radio station, okay? We agree. Mami Bangura, when I'm your sister, I say, thanks, my brother. May God give you more knowledge to help your community. And of course, we get Anthony Sisse. He say, this guy talking about rainbow in Sierra Leone is definitely missing the mark. All bets are off. All right. We get Chairs Winner Cabs. Chairs Winner Cab. There is a serious political apathy and Dr. Yumkella's delay in reading the writing on the wall ignored this and his current predicament, though not just is his undoing. But the man they had a kid left for right be big English. But anyway, that's okay. Chairs Winner Cabs. We appreciate you. PPLC, please give him his registration. Of course, we get Stephen Jusu again. It says, should that be translated into a real plain is him useful for any government? Yeah. Of course, Winner Cab, Chairs Winner Cab say, my hesitation with our aspiring politicians is that they are reactive and have a very poor inner circle. Right? So, Dennis Koima Kamege said this guy is living in a dream. He is preaching energy efficiency, but he has failed to carefully plan his political career. What does our country have to show for his 20 years experience? Absolutely nothing. Right? Of course, Ajiatu Rahman Cole, let vote for KKY. He is the right man to rule Mama Salone. All right, so now that's now some of the comments that we get from people that they view with him with the brain come to now. Of course, we get plenty, aspirations as Sierra Leoneans. Always when they talk, say, Salone gets so much resources. Salone gets so much, we get material resources, natural resources, human resources. We got other resources in the country, but we continue to stagnate. We continue to suffer. And so here is something, I don't know if plenty of I don't see trillion development, real estate development. Now a global company, when they build them powerful skyscrapers for like Dubai, plenty sign of the world. When you talk about real estate development, then big time tall buildings, corporate centers. And you're not going to believe for say all the one that were in at the top positions in that real estate development, where they can do all this thing at the world. They were born in Sierra Leone. That's what I can't understand. They were born in Sierra Leone, and Salone they born them. This now with Lebanese brothers, they will be going and family they be go Salone. They said today because of the kindness we welcome them. Then said today establish. They married it, then born them picking and then give them quality education. These are the children where they lead global real estate development in the world. And this is not a dream for Salone. This is not some of the works that they don't begin doing in Sierra Leone. So can you imagine if if we give them the opportunity, if there is a stable political system in the country, there is political stability, everything they go fine. Can you imagine what these guys can offer that country? Let me just see some of the things that they don't do, right? Or where they plan for do. Or, just imagine this is in Sierra Leone. Okay, imagine this. You see, so me farm with them, waiting we don't look at just now. This is not just an example of the kind buildings the way trillion real estate development don't build na Godrich, na Freetown. Then some of the houses in day 2014 when me visit, I go actually then take me around, I go inside the building and see all I need is 20,000, put and done, or even less. Put and done, take all my information, come back in the US, while they are they transfer money every month, $500 mortgage. Are they able to pay for that house, right? In 10 years. So this is the kind of thing we're supposed for to happen in Sierra Leone. I mean, you see how pretty that place is. You see how nice it looks. And this is not a lie. This is exactly how it really looks, because we are good in a sold and develop the whole place. It looks just like that. Okay? A Sierra Leonean is supposed to be living in places like those, not inside in slums in Crew Bay community, now they side and they will side Dotty and Freetown. No, they are supposed to be living in that whole thing. But there has to be political stability, economic stability. There has to be national development for let these things happen. And these things will not come about if we not get a visionary leader. If we not get somebody in a country, when a president, we're able to envision these things and see the importance of them and encourage them to come to the country. And so therefore, again, for engage in activities that we're not go undermine the stability of the country. We're not go undermine the national security. We're not going to make the one that we want for invest the money for doing things in our country, not go afraid for camp. So now make way decision making times like this don't kind of the country. Where we are supposed to choose the next set of leaders for the next 5 years. We are not need for doing on sentiment. We are need for taking our time for doing the right way, right? And so let us see the trillion real estate development. Who are the people that they behind this? These are our brothers. We get for interview them also live on Sheriff's Broadcast Network very soon. Now we brother them, now Lebanese them, but now we brothers them because that's alone them born. And they don't go do things that all over the world, they don't make money. Now they want to come back to Sierra Leone and invest there. Right? Let us see what are the people then.
13 years ago, we sadly had to leave Sierra Leone. We all know the country was going through a difficult time. We left with a heavy heart. However, it is the most beautiful thing that we came back. Today, all companies have a dream. Our dream at Trillium has always been to go back and develop and invest in our homeland, in our country, Sierra Leone. All countries today are judged by the real estate development. When you look at countries that are booming, the first thing they talk about is the real estate. Sierra Leone real estate is on the rise. However, we believe that with Trillium, we will bring that added advantage.
13 years ago, two young Sierra Leoneans started a journey that took them very far away from home. To war-torn Afghanistan, Iraq, South Sudan, Lebanon, Dubai, and many other countries. Yet their heart was set to come back to where they were born, Freetown, Sierra Leone.
In the marketing department, we always have proper planning and preparing marketing plans and budgets, coming up with nice ideas and attractive designs, and developing our marketing tools. We decided to conduct a massive marketing campaign in Sierra Leone, assisting the local industry and all media channels.
It is imperative for us as a company that we assist and improve and encourage the local industry, whether it's from the media campaigns, whether it's from the construction materials, whether it's from the local staff we will employ. We will invest heavily in social and community development. This is us. This is what we have done all over the world. And what would be more pleasurable than to do it in our homeland, where we were born?
I was tasked by our CEO to put our best knowledge, full resources, and high energy into Sierra Leone in order to build and develop major and outstanding projects based on accumulated and successful achieved experiences as a leader in the real estate development.
Our aim is to provide intelligent, flexible, and practical designs that meet the needs and the demands of our clients. From technical perspective, we insist to design our projects according to the international standards and the practices, respecting the highest specifications.
And we're going to give them a great product in a great location at an affordable price. And we don't want to build just houses. We want to build them homes.
We believe in marketing and we have had many success stories. We believe in Sierra Leone and we have conducted a lot of market research and studies.
As we believe in Sierra Leone and we love it, currently we are in the process to launch 3 high-standing and luxurious projects aiming to be one of the main stakeholders that contributes in its development.
We are committed to deliver the greatest design that are integrated in the surrounding and the amazing nature of Sierra Leone, taking into consideration the culture of the country. We believe in Sierra Leone.
It is very important to love the place where you work. And the decision to come back and work in Sierra Leone wasn't only emotional. It was based on the trust we have in the country and the leadership of the nation. Yet whatever we achieve abroad, Sierra Leone remains our country.
Sierra Leone has the most incredible people, the warmest people, the sweetest people. They have been able to stand back on their feet. They have made their country go back to where it belongs, to the top of the list. The government has encouraged investors. It's a dynamic government, a passionate government. This has allowed us as Trillium to want to come back here, to grow with the country, to grow with the people, to grow with the government. We want to give back to this country, our country. We believe that with our products, giving them a first-class product and a first-class finishing and a first-class design, we can be part of that rebuilding of a first-class Sierra Leone.
Wow. So me family, when I don't see exactly waiting what they talk about, right? These are our brothers who are doing these things around the world. Can you imagine the determination, the interest, the inspiration, the motivation? Man, these people, they can only come back and do these investments if we create the enabling environment. The political system has to be stable for them to come back. They don't can put all the money down at the country. They want to do petty business. When they play kalo inside politics, people that they vex, that they waiting, and they go and set fire at people that host them. Sierra Leone don't pass that. I mean, if Ghana go send satellite into space, if Ghana can get them professional, world-class hospitals, why Sierra Leone will get up? When we then can learn, then go back. Look at these people who are talking now. They were born in our country, but look at what they do in other countries. Look at the real estate development, what they do in other countries. And just look at a small taste of that idea, that the real estate idea where they make na Godrich, na Freetown. Anytime when you visit Salon, go na Godrich and go na the Trillium Real Estate Development Center. Let you see the host where they build it. I have been there. I have walked through the houses. I don't sit down negotiate with them. I don't talk with them. Right? They build are so very nice, just like I was seeing in that video. So now it make it very important that when we make decisions about who that then get for me with next set of leaders in the country, now people that were able to see this kind of things as progressive stuff, as things that way they develop the country, as things that way they move the country out of poverty and squalor. This not to turn them away, now for just go dance, party, enjoy yourself, vote for the wrong policy. Well, in fact, APC, they're not the votes. Then at the brother they at the top, now they normally come together, they choose who are the next presidential candidates. Now that they get for Duna Makeni. Of course, we don't hear it from the reporter, Mohammed Kabana Makeni. They don't give you a clear idea as to what's in the go on. Right? So this is not the Trillium development. This is what they are doing. And so we found with them, we get for open the line for let people that will call in case you want for profile your views on what they go on at the country. We will spend some time on that. But don't forget for say tomorrow at the election, now the SLPP presidential candidate, we go know them tomorrow. And of course, on at the APC as well inside Makeni, we'll go able for know that the presidential candidate would then get for choose. Right? But for right now, stick around. No matter what they want to say, they want to see you on the All right, of course, me family and that now the APC members they inside Makeni, then they get fun, then they have fun. With the hope say a very good decision will come out of the convention when it gets inside Makeni. Of course, courtesy of Mr. Mohammed Kaba, correspondent for the Northern Province for Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Of course, we tell them plenty. Thank you for that. Of course, if you want for a call, we line right now for able for say something, profile your views on waiting they go on. Waiting would only present to una today. Of course, the number they up. We're at 832-614-6242. And of course, if you are resident outside of the United States, you can dial 001 first before you call that number. Of course, this now we all own. Sierra Leone, we all get some. And so we all get for put our hands on deck for able for, make positive contributions to the country. And so now that they go on, but don't forget for say tomorrow, now the day that one day for the election of the flag bearer or the presidential candidate in the SLPP, and the day for the selection of the presidential candidate in the APC, right? And so we get for also check into waiting the constitution say about how political parties then for choose them presidential candidates, but that's not tomorrow go Brian Cantona. But for now the lines are open in case you want to call in. All right. All right, stick around with us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got somebody on the line. Of course, this now Mr. Stephen Jusu. Yes, Mr. Jusu, who say you call from, sir?
I'm calling from New York.
Okay, so you want for comment? What's in the comment, sir?
I just want to reiterate that the stakes are high, and we have two main political parties, and the aspirants then inside those political parties are being loved by their followers. But what I want really for insinuate on is that whoever becomes the flag bearer of any one of those political parties, SLPP and the APC, people therefore honor that, because it's very important that people then honor democracy. That's the only way we can move forward.
Right.
Because you personally get the fair bearership, not gonna make you create confusion, so that the entire political process will be in some kind of jeopardy. We want people for respect democracy, and we want people to respect anybody who has been elected to run one of those two main political parties.
Right.
And that's what I have to say.
All right, that now Mr. Stephen Joseph from New York. We want to tell you plenty thank you. Now me own about one day, old man, now we all go school at Wesley, so I be just want to let family know that.
No, me not your big brother, bro.
All right, man, thank you so much.
No matter what they want to say, they want to see you on the
As now see the parade with Mana be in picture right round. This and the Okada people there in Siam, the parade with Mana be in picture right round Freetown today. As the young man they don't tire, young man they don't tire.
Export ou de poule na district. No more papa, no more export. No more papa, no more export. Comment va être son doigt ça? T'as vu comment? Oui, vous êtes quoi? APC, tu sais, c'est bon. Ici, mais pour allez, passe tout le monde.
As they get out from the youth man and that they are ready to put Manabio back to power. Oh, now Manabio is called Isalo Mufti. Wow. As now see the parade with Manabio in picture right round. This and the Okada people there in Siam, the parade with Manabio in picture right round Freetown today. As the young man they don't tire, young man they don't tire.
Export ou de poule na district. No more papa, no more export. No more papa, no more export. Comment va être son doigt ça? T'as vu comment? Oui, vous êtes quoi? APC, tu sais, c'est bon. Ici, mais pour allez, passe tout le monde.
As they get out from the youth man and that they are ready to put Manabio back to power. Oh, now Manabio is called Isalo Mufti. Wow.
All right, so that's now some of the political rhetorics then where they come from Freetown, Sierra Leone, and of course, that's now the SLPP youth stem. Of course, some of the youth stem, like that guy where they show inside I hate they, wait till they show it say 2007 for APC, a boss in head, a lady in the hospital up to 1 month, nobody not visit him from the APC. So this year now for Madabio, now for SLPP. Now, then get plenty of them kind youths them. Wait tomorrow we get for bring them come to our live. We're gonna get for talk about some of these things. Wait to make they don't decide for turn against the APC and wait to make them want the SLPP back to power. So now that's the gun, you know. So and we don't get this idea for say anytime we Freetown then turn against a sitting government must not say you own them don't do. So we don't know how true this is, but it don't happen in the past and we don't see them. So I don't know. This might be just something we family need for pay attention to. But me family them we don't get any more call from anybody, and so wait till we get for do one small. Let we just appreciate some people that we are there on the call, and of course we get Jeremiah Salia or Jerry. It's a great work, guys. You deserved it, and you people came from the right nation. And of course, then I think say we talk about the trillion real estate developers. Kanko Mansari say, I support you, Dauda. Dennis Kwema say again, he say, you are doing an awesome job, bro. All for the land that we love. Thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very well. And of course, Mohammed Jallo say, we are still the poorest nation in the world, and we are still talking about APC and SLPP. What a shame. Mr. Jallo, is that your own solution to the problem? We should not talk about those two political parties. We get Dauda Kabbalah. We see more black. More black. All right, so we get a call they come in. Let me answer this call, yeah, you know. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, who's calling?
Oh, no, nah. Nah, Cherno, they call from France.
From France, yes. Cherno, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something really, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll be looking to Sierra Leone.
Go ahead.
No, so right now, you understand, the SLP APC, they don't come for full brothers and sisters and back again. Give them a letter form. You understand? Those small things after the election, then dump them back. These two parties, we don't house them really. You understand? So we they pray to the Almighty God, let me give me fresh faith. Now that's not me. And we opinion right now to youth, you understand?
Right.
And and what we do observe really, are they really want for the SLP to pull APC in power? But SLP they did a big mistake so far, you understand? We are really disappointed at them. Because now them are the party we are CCS and we pull APC back in power, but all the mess people in talk to APC they don't do. You understand?
Right.
But now possible them put us flag bearer, they don't already put us flag bearer, and not able to put APC in power. That's the biggest mistake SLP don't do. The biggest mistake so far.
Right.
The only right post we need to see we will challenge APC for pull them out from the seat. Kandeh Yumkella. Now the only person we see really, Kandeh Yumkella. KKY. But observe everything. Now the only person we see if SFP put us a flag bearer, APC they'll go out completely. But what no matter do, I don't see no possibility there. No possibility I don't see.
Right. Okay. Yes. Now, so Cherno from France. Of course, Cherno will tell you plenty. Thank you. Now your own political opinion. People and they will get different opinion past you. Of course, Australia is a democratic country. And just for the record, now tomorrow SLPP then get for elect them presidential candidate. They not elect it, even though with the
they don't already mad you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Cherno. We get Mr. We get Mr. Elba instead of the calling, so let me answer him.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Elba. Yes, you are live on the line on Sheriff's Broadcast Network. You want to make comment on our other call?
Yes, speak a comment.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Ba.
Yes, thank you very much, Ibrahim Sheriff. We appreciate the work we do for your brother them. I think you don't do this for a long time on your own. You fund this campaign.
Right.
And already watching the previous speaker say, but maybe we say we don't come afar from us have been there from the rebel war, where Tijankaba took over, where Julius Maada Biohano by Tijankaba. And we get 3 things in which Yankaba been actually achieved at that time, the way he able to end the rebel war, where they may kill people every day. Actually, the woman in Gamango Wakana Salonses. And he actually then have a lot of institutions where then able make my work at that time, like the NAFIT, the NRA, the Democratic Institute where they enjoy today. So we tell all the man they thank you. President Aneskoma can have power, it means we don't solicit the funds them around the world for able to achieve their road the way Aneskoma can implement so today. So I think all man building is literacy right now. Right now, today, as mentioned, is very, very important the way each of the 2 major parties in the elect a flag bearer. And the democratic process, I think, is taking hold in Sierra Leone. So I really appreciate that Sierra Leone is getting there. Right. So, America will get so today, America, then Maryland, the seat of government in Washington, D.C. America, when they talk about democracy, also we talk about democracy, then they begin to say, if in America or if in the West. No, now small they come. 50 years ago, 60 years ago, women never did vote in America now. Right. And now women then begin vote. So I believe we don't get somewhere. But people and they say we need new party. If Dr. Kandeh Yumkella able to inside one party, for able to survive another party, he just say, well, they don't get a level playing field. I ask him this same question we can address you in Washington D.C. And this is my question. I said, Dr. Yumkella, I believe in the leader, Alpha Timbo Wadefala, that the entry door to politics will be very wide and the exit will be very narrow. But at the same time, Dr. Yumkella, yes, your papa has been the Slpp party member, and be a very strong founder of the party, but don't forget about what your papa been doing for the party. Because they run on your own merits. Run on your merits. Tell me, what did you do for the Slpp party? During the height of NPRC, you served the government and you abandoned us for 19 years, you went back overseas. After that, during 2012 elections, I was with you in London when you were the chairman of the investment conference for Aneskoma, and they asked you if you were on 90 million against my brother. Now, finally, you don't say no penny to help SLPP. Finally, you just flying over from overseas, you say you want to stand online, you only think you want a presidency. And I think, people engage within a line small. Or when you come, take Chemai working there at the ground, you negotiate with people in peace, with humility. I think they will give you. They will have a problem if you don't want to talk, maybe tell me give you a chance. But if you don't get the presidency, you just exit, you want to go forward a party. I don't feel saying a man was steady enough for able to lead with. I think right now, between SLPP and APC, I'm a businessman, I'm not support for the politics, but right now I'm registered SLPP, and I support Alpha Timbo. And Alpha Timbo at this point, you don't ask Christy, Namada in the support because he's the fittest candidate among all the other ones. So I think matter be almost say a record small. Come and they serve the country as a military man. If they can't take over APC government, where APC been there the same way in HD. I was there in 1992 when it could happen. I was in Freetown. Yes, as young kids, they made some mistakes, but guess what? We can come, they hand over government. The democracy would enjoy it today. If that man not behind hand over government, like say maybe Kenya will nip on war. Like Somalia, Kenya will nip on war. So we appreciate Mother Bio at that time. For me right now, I think Mother Bio will be the best candidate to rule the country because the president therefore get a team. I think if you get team like Alpha Timbo, Alikaba, and all these generals who don't fight for this flag bearer, SLPP, they are very good in governance. They can lack half to win the election, but they are very good in governance. And you can prove me right. So, Nami's contribution, Dande, I believe right now, Mother Bio are the fittest candidates. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elba. Of course, Mr. Elba, a businessman, like I don't talk, and an Alpha Timbo man. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we went for level and say so we say get with political affiliations then, but we are going to stay a little neutral now because of the kind of work they do, right? But we appreciate Mr. Elba. Of course, now make we tell channel say this is not too full of man and I don't come go against each other. But now make we tell channels for say waiting it talk na in your opinion. So now immediately somebody don't come for counter that opinion. And so the lines are still open in case you want for calling and make a comment. But one for me, you know, say this is a special coverage of the SLPP and APC conventions where they take place now Freetown and Makeni respectively today and tomorrow. Tomorrow now we're going to know who are the presidential candidates of the two political parties now Sierra Leone. And so we'll continue for bring you programs. All right, so stick around with us. Me family, of course, in case you want for search for we, you can go na SB Networks or Sheriff's Broadcast Network. You can search for we on Google search. Of course, you can able for see we live, and of course, you go able for see we live, and or you can just go na we website we na sbnetworks.net. Of course, let's see. Somebody was trying to call in. I don't know who the person is. Let's see. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody they call you. You want to make a comment?
Yes. I want to make a comment on the program.
Okay, go ahead and make a comment. Who is calling?
Yeah. This is Jeremiah.
Okay, Jeremiah.
Yes. Sorry, they call from New York.
From New York? Yes. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I just a comment in respect of waiting one of my brother called from France. I don't know whether in France maybe they try for talk with regards to another view that would be the greatest mistake, and he really wants SLP for kind of power. I share an idea for say yes, we want SLP for kind of power because there are very vast difference between where SLP be in power and where it is in power. So maybe SLPP being in opposition go able to learn a lesson from their mistakes and feel say where they come they do better. They move from that level where the late president be do. And coming to the popularity we try for talk about Mada not go able to take APC out. Maybe it don't stay away from Sierra Leone. And one thing about election is about number. And if you look at for now, whether somebody you like it or you don't like it, but for now, Mada get popularity past all the candidates that will be try for Timak. That is one. And one thing where they talk about KKY, to me, I will look at KKY because I can monitor. I mean, I'm a right activist by profession. I know the big part of KKY where they go for bring where then you didn't do. But they say, Leon, what they say before they come over here. I don't be part of the programs then. But waiting beat me time about KKY was that the first day where it go be part of the SLPP where a lie say or register. That alone a discredit it make I lose confidence in that from day one you just start for lie to the people of Sierra Leone about you yourself that you say you don't be part of the party, which of course you not be part of the party, no register of late. And looking at KKY in politics, you therefore get a base, you therefore get a constituency. And as they look at KKY, you don't get a constituency where in you will feel say yes, this not be base, or say yes. If you look at Mada, Mada gets two specific base then, where you need a joke with them. That is one in the south and the east. And if they get inside Freetown, they get also a base. The 30 part of Freetown, even the president passed, because I monitor, I'm the Human Rights Committee chairman when this last election. We know what happened, and because there was infighting within the within the party itself, we then able to come together for challenge the result of court. If they come together and challenge the result, nothing say unless for don't go to power. So for let it talk say that would be a mistake. No, I'll tell you for free. Looking at I get a lot of friends within the APC system where we interact, and I believe say for now with KKY and Mada, the team up now any side, even at EU hometown a common, I tell you for free, Mada get popularity person. So don't forget about that issue, because these are all some where they don't like somebody passionately. They're not able to advance a very good reason as to why this man is not for lead. And credibility is start with them because for the fact that the talks are the hand over power. And that makes the people then one thing about Sierra Leoneans are people who are very grateful. When they do one great thing, they turn out their mind. When you do them, they say yes, this is not fact, we be talking to them. So for the fact that my brother they talk say, and I don't want that let us see what they happen 2018. Even this past election where Anes be so popular, you know be able to beat Mada to that extent. Mada get up to 30-something%. Where no other person will not be not contest we don't reach to that level there. So for let's say Mada APC go, you know, we put APC no, and that tactics with APC for youth for say they will rig election. That is over, you know, go work again because everybody here don't open now. Then they allow that mistake will happen. So that is.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Of course, we appreciate your call. That's your opinion. We also get for always accept the fact that people that get various, political opinions. Them, and so when they express them, let we go be tolerant and accept them. Yeah. But I like what the way it come, you counter them, and so we'll get a call from somebody else. So hold on, let me see. All right, that possibly. Okay, we'll get a call from him. Yes, hello.
Yeah, hello, brother Sheriff. How you doing?
I do okay. Now that.
Now Idris, I come from New Jersey.
Yes, Idris. You want for comment?
Yeah, I want to participate a little bit. I want to comment on this on the program.
Yes, go ahead. You're on the line.
Yeah, brother. Hello?
Yeah, would they get you? Go ahead. Would they get you?
Yeah, I don't listen to one more. I'm the other brother called. My brother will call from France. I have my other brother. Then, part of SLP. I don't be one time. Where they make convention at Philadelphia. So in the Kandeh, I see Dallas people they car everywhere. It was fantastic. Your point is the I die hard SLP. But the whole issue is the KKY, if you go yonder, for let it go unite with you, for let we try for win the next election. But you just have the people that way, whether they push out, for let it come before. Because KKY inside, he know, for say, any side, where you want to be leader, you don't forget that grassroots base. If you not get that, you not go easy for you for let it go up. England will know that, but you just have the people that would be pushing out, go this, go that. But right away, he go take it, he succeed. Then he come on, people that push out, they say come on. If you not be a wait, I said people will love number. If you not be a wait, but you know, there are people that push out, they say like, come on. But I mean, the whole scenario.
Yeah, Mr. Barry, now for wait, we brother finish in thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. People from the grassroots and Marabio one. So if they want Marabio, we would they are America. Yeah? See, when I SLP member, so matter we other people that will be traveler, will support. Well, the people at the end of the day they choose Marabio, we just get for come together and unite and go forward. For let we be winners. Let be winners. So me, I talk to everybody, all the SLP members. If you know say, we are SLP, you get it, you really support the party, you really love the party. No matter what, look America all day. End of the day, whether the club be the winner of the Republican, they all cognize. Then the club get the base. Even George Bush will say, this not George Bush, this not in Papa, this not in brother, this not in Waka, but enable than a Trump. End of the day, Republican they come together and support the man win. So let's come together, let's support the man win. If not matter the other choose Jobio, Ali Kabao, any other person, let's not be that mandate, let we win. When we win the election, we make life easy for family. SLP always be there. Democratic speech people that they put strategies in place where these people that they know they do people that they suffer.
All right. Yes, Idris, thank you so much. Of course, we get.
And your contribution, and please, let everybody let come together. It no matter the other choose. Let's come together. Let's not break out. Let's win this election for people that say.
All right.
We know how.
Okay.
They call every day people that they call. They send money for them. So if we do better, we will be okay now. we not go get too much harassment.
Right, that's good. That's the truth. That's the truth. You know, we tell you plenty. Thank you. Okay, yes, Mr. Barry, you down?
Yes, sir.
Barry, who say you call from?
I come from Delaware, and I'm in Barry.
Yeah, Barry.
First of all, I want to tell you thank you for the program. At first time that just happened for Siam, then ready for weighing. You know, may God bless you now. You know, we need something like this.
Right.
At least low will open up because like pretty much I say we all brainwashed pretty much we come from politics and salon. All the conversation about the year is okay, but it just like a punch in the gut for me. With all this SLPP, all this APC, it's just like a punch in the gut for me. I just wonder when we salon people and when we will realize, when we just get common sense, because I think we lack of common sense. Forget about all my way they say I get this degree, we lack of common sense. When we will able to realize what's good for the country. You know, because we don't pass more than 50 years or whatever years, we're not able to see not even a fracture of voting, we will say not this, what or not this we look for. And all the people that went away, I respect everybody, all man getting opinion, whether or not for your political benefit or your special whatever interest, whatever. But nobody know to talk about even for educate the people, even for educate the main people and make them know who have to choose for president or voting party or whatever party, then voting that for mean to the people and voting for look for. And also all man they scramble, all man one grab because it look like say the country look like a fishing ground now. But we still will go able for get now like someone like even though I don't know much about you, but what I see for the moment just for sure that's not true. We need that education. Forget people that will be say make them put the party aside or make them put that common interest aside. Whether this is not Mende, whether this is not from the north, whether this is not from the south. Let them put that all aside. Then they don't ruin the country for the past since I know Salo. You don't ruin the country. When they will know say, then they know to good thing for the country. When they will know say, wait Salon, whether you know this, whether you know that, own account of one, nine Salon, nine will make country go before. Right. And the politicians they know this. That this is a secret weapon we then get. For divide we and for male man grab me. But when we go know say, no to that we look for. Whether Creole man, remember the Creole man, they're not even there among we as I know away camp and politics, they're not even there among we. So why? Where this will not go try to figure out whether the right person, no matter whether it be look put the or not in getting party, which is fine, gonna fall on man that's one. But when we know say yes, even if my brother, na full or my brother na limba, brother na chimney, but this man na real man, but it deal with the Mende party. When I will sacrifice me tribe in whatever the value of my tribe, where on man get sacrifice the value of my tribe or whatever my tribe defends for, whatever the north or the east defends for, just give that man whatever side come away be say I'm gonna lead the country. When we're able for sacrifice, I hope this generation will be the generation we will sacrifice. We put all them differences apart because now without agree, without not agree. Now we run the country with that difference. We this two for rule, we this for rule, we this. Now the only thing. When we put that aside, and we start this generation sacrifice, no solve that problem. No say salon are one, no divide salon. As long as we divide, we no ever solve this problem. We no ever get the right person. That's just the truth.
All right.
When we go able, when we will sacrifice, when somebody will sacrifice, we're able for do that. And I think that the conversation I'm waiting for the kill themselves for right now, not for their own self-interest, whether you like or whether you feel no more. That is just it threw me off. So I just hope one day somebody will think twice and try for educate, educate the other one day about what you will look for. Just like what I don't start so. That's not the contribution. I wish we are able to continue and I wish people that will just put all that baggage you then get for their own self-interest, then just put them down and just focus here. The more you invest in that country, the more you bet in that country, the more, even if you're the thief, the more you go able for thief.
Okay.
Not to watching the only door you thief and if you say they get anything. No. I think that thief man will get it, but if you're ready for work for the country, we don't mind how much it is. Saloma will not want much.
Right. All right, Mr. Barry. Mr. Barry, one for tell you plenty. Thank you. Of course, and a very valid information you don't pass to we. But if you say the word education, where you use nine are the key, nine important part this whole thing. For a lot of people that able for go to that point wherein they go able for do things without sentiment. For saying I'm here, this person come on at the same tribe, the same region, the same village. Now then they get for take some time and education. I go do that. But one for tell you plenty. Thank you for your call and for the sentiment. Thank you so much. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the talk that go on, we'll get for stick around for a little bit more, not for too long. Of course, we'll get for go prepare for the coverage tomorrow. We'll get for know who are the presidential candidate. But we're not only hearing from any APC person. You know, say you party then at Makeni right now today, then they try for put things together, and tomorrow we're gonna know who that get for be the presidential candidate for the APC in Sierra Leone. So one for hearing from people then from Makeni, from the APC as well. Will they get another call? So let me take them. Hello, who is calling? Hello. All right, that person don't hang up. And so if you're not APC they out there, would they expect that you go call into the station and profile your views on what you think about the entire political process would go on at the country? Your party, the APC, Dana Makeni, right now in a convention. And of course, tomorrow we're going to know that will be the presidential candidate for the APC, just like the Slpp and the Freetown. Then say tomorrow, then go elect the presidential candidate. So these are two major decisions that take place in our country tomorrow. And of course, as a Sierra Leonean, you get the right for profile your views on this because we're all important. Then money they all send as Sierra Leone for help with families and help with businesses and friends. They do a lot for able for stimulate the economy. And so you are a major part of development as Sierra Leone. You know, one talk say, oh, me not like politics, me not a politician, you know, and I'm not going to be part of this. All right. So we are waiting for that call to come from you as an APC person. All right. Of course, so you stick around with us as we continue to bring you the program right here on Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Right, so of course this now APC family, then they say Makeni and then they enjoy this show. Right now, we to the arena APC inside Makeni and then they enjoy right there. Of course, you know the people in Glady. This now the way you check Freetown back now the same thing they go on, and so it's like the political fever they high up in the country in Sierra Leone at this present time. And so now that make way we want for hearing from the APC people. Them, you know, if I go call into the station and profile your views, right? And so some of the comments say when they come. Okay, we they get a call when they come in, so let's pick that call right now. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, how are you? Who is calling?
Yeah, it's Joseph. I'm calling from Australia. Is that Sheriff?
Yeah, this is Sheriff's Broadcast Network. You want to make a comment? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the bodies.
No, I did do okay. Thank you so much. You know,
Right.
from down under. I know so I enjoy down under. You know, go ahead and make your comment.
Oh yeah. I did, Australia here live. I did follow the broadcast. I see everything with the where they go on.
Right.
So I just want to add my own little voice regarding the SLPP convention where they go on.
Yes. Go ahead.
One speaker they talk about KKY issue actually in Mr. Laments about a little bit. Starting with KKY registration, which I make the first blunder in life, right? Okay, you say KKY say they want to become the flag of the party. Okay, because the party owes everybody for joining, but the thing is, if you want to become the flag bearer of the party and then eventually become the president of the country, you have to do things the right way. Do things through the back door. The way maybe the expert KKY was that, if I go join the party, do everything as a competent way they didn't do before, things the right way. But in your issue, they not do things the right way. They go through the back door, and here is a man. We're not even consistent in the talk thing. We they come from with a changer, and then they not trustworthy for lead. Okay, waiting I try for say is this is a man over national radio, Sierra Leone, this monologue program David Tambayo interview, right? It's a if it belongs to any political party, I say no, and not belong to the political party. Even David Tambayo even ask her if you don't, he say no, and not ever vote in the country. When they participate in any by-election, he say no. So this is the same that we don't already forget say, they don't talk like real say, they don't belong to no political party, they don't want to vote in the country, then all of a sudden, they turn around and talk say, they don't register with SLPP. They think that, when after they say, if you want to become a leader of the a party or become a president of the country, you therefore prove things beyond all reasonable doubt say, you're not possibly trustworthy. Right?
Right.
So, now, because of ego, they not allow for do the right thing, they decide for quit it's fine. At least don't go. See they move on smoothly.
Right.
Now regarding mother issue, now that I can always tell people there. The reason why make me I go die for mother view is the man trustworthy when he says something he did wrong. And that's so
all right, it looks like we don't lost my brother from Australia. Of course, they're not down under, they far. So we don't know if that's they play any role in there. But for right now, we don't lost some. Hopefully, it will call back. But we appreciate all the comments that will come in. And of course, we'll go towards the end of our broadcast for today. But tomorrow, don't forget for say we'll go for dinner promptly. Tomorrow for able for bring a live coverage of the elections where they take place as election and selection. Of course, SLPP then get forget election of their presidential candidate tomorrow, and APC then get forget a selection of their presidential candidate tomorrow. Both now Freetown and Makeni respectively. Okay, so now we get some people that we don't make comments. Of course, we'll get for read out some of those comments to you guys. All right, now we get another call. This one from Emmanuel Roberts. So let's pick that. Yes. Hello, who's calling?
Hello?
Yes, turn your radio down or your media device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, James.
Yeah, who's calling?
James.
Yeah, James.
Virginia.
Yeah. Okay, Virginia. You want to make a comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why people are so obsessed with Manabio in political career.
Mm-hmm.
I believe say we need change in our country. And the change we need,
Mm-hmm.
most times we need internal change. You have to be a part of the whole system before you form a change.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, you and me, Sheriff, you don't say that country now only two political parties like the American whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And two political parties always go for win election. Whatever be the case, I don't know how powerful you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if we me okay, before I talk anything, me I be a strong supporter of KKY movement.
Mm-hmm.
Even America, Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
but KKY, I'm somehow disappointed in him
Mm-hmm.
because if you go for a system, not to always go for the aim of thing. If thing not work and you believe that system, if you don't believe in a system, you never ever join it. But if you join something and not work, you honorably kneel down. That's what happen. You know, Hillary, Bernie Sanders, not to everything be 100% fair with Bernie Sanders, but Bernie Sanders not ever quit because he believes in the system of Democrat. That's why for the election not always 100% fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right,
and internal more, not 100% democratic. But if you believe in a system, you don't say a system better. Okay, let me come to certain issue. Even why I don't know why people are so obsessed with SLPP,
Mm-hmm.
more especially Pretonians.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the case. My brother, can you believe this? APC they talk about selection or election. Even the journalists say they're so myopic and naive. Nobody they talk even judge those things. All what they are judging is about SLPP.
Yeah, somebody they call from Hong Kong. Let me answer that person. Just hold on. Hello?
Nobody they talk even judge those things.
Hello?
All what they are judging is about SLPP.
Hello?
Somebody they call from Hong Kong. Let me answer that person. Just hold on.
Who is on the line?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, this is Anthony. Hello.
Yeah, Anthony, you they call from Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Make a comment quick. Somebody else will talk, but we will make like hold. You go ahead. Now, for turn your radio down a little bit, your radio there up, or your device, the volume.
Well, actually, thank you very much for this program.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, thank you very much.
Now, for turn your volume down and that.
Thank you very much for this program. Actually, I don't listen to which. Maybe I'll call back. I think.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, all right. So I feel say my brother will get difficulty for turning volume off, but he got call back from Hong Kong. He was calling from Hong Kong. With Salon man the outside, Salon man and the outside, man and the Hong Kong, man and the Australia outside. That is the good thing. So now I make we all for put hands on deck when it comes to this kind of decision making times, because this decision way then they make tomorrow again for now in they determine the future of Sierra Leone for the next 5 years. All right, and so this is a call from Australia. No. Okay, let me answer that call. Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Listen, Joseph again. So
yeah, make a quick, Joseph. Somebody they wait on the line.
All right. Okay. Yeah, the line being play up as somebody talk. So actually, waiting I'm try for say is Madabio, no matter what, not a hidden secret in that country. And with the Siam. Now, in the people that want na country, na the SLP. So, what we really strive for say is, if people that don't choose Madabio, I think say the one they really where they under where they then they take themselves as SLP people that support us there. Therefore, rally behind Madabio, no matter whatever grudge we can get for, and therefore drop down the down and rally behind them, so that the party will win and come back in governance. And fix all the things that we don't go on wrong in the country, especially the education system. Because like when you look at the education system right now in that country, it's a disgrace, a big mess. Because Sierra Leone at first, where they used for call the Athens of Africa, it's not the Sierra Leone today in terms of education. So now these are the appeal to my brothers and sisters in Yanda and. We waiting at the diaspora, in the interest of we own, let's forget about us now, because we own generation are going with the go so. But let us think about the generations that we and the generations unborn. So let us think about them, because if we not lay that good path for them, at the end of the day, they will find themselves in the same situation like this. So that little voice way I say I will add.
All right.
Because I don't want to hold on the line. People then queue. So
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Who's calling?
I want to make some comments.
Now would I already call?
This time, Mr. Toure from Houston, Texas.
Oh yeah, Mr. Toure. Yes, go ahead and make a comment. Right. Now, Mio Koto from K School. Mio Koto. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm glad you won't take me for. Okay. Here's my comment. Here's my comment.
Right.
Here's my comment. They hear me because
I hear you. But now you volume now they up yonder, so they hear yourself twice.
Okay. My comment about this selection of flag bearership at the SLPP party. I am not so much. I'm not so much Lekuti. I'm not Lekuti at the area. For one thing, people then they concentrate too much on the party. We don't get these two parties here for long. It's like here in America, where Trump in the camp is saying they can't drain the swamp. In Sierra Leone too, with the areas with Madam Diego, they go drain the swamp. They do this, but then forget say not to the party they make person up. The person and they make the party. There is no way if you not get good record, you go no more automatically. You change everything. They say monkey not the left in black hand.
Right.
If Madabio get for go there, according to the own and choice that is well and good, because now the good now the benefit of democracy. But we get for remember for say people then get records then. If now they forget the records then when they do a very big mistake. Mistake now something where we not go ever they leave for the do. If you do one mistake, they forgive you. If you do one mistake, they forgive you. You for no say the next time you not for make any such mistake. But not to one mistake this man don't do. Then they concentrate on Madabio in giving the power. Say if they say he go do am, he don't do am. First of all, he not do am willingly. He not do am because he want do am. If they look on the record and they look everything, he was supposed to do it. He was not elected.
Right.
Okay, in a democratic country, and if they don't elect somebody, then I place for pass the thing. So let not begin to give too much credit for say they don't do this, they don't say they do this, they don't do them. Not to that not the issue right now. The issue is people then get record and Madabio don't take that country there for at least 2 or 3 months. Where they left, they watching and record. Where people then they forget for remember. If you get such love for the country, where if you thief, at least spend the money at the country. But what do you do? You take that money, they go to Ghana, right? We know all this history here. Then they forget say it don't kind of America yourself, it get bad record. I mean all them here you to line them. People then they forget, then just the same matter you. Make a one what thing I want really. Make God let them give this man a new certificate. Make matter bio a Yumkella team up, make them debate. Make we know who that not the right person. Let we left for the put past thing that then we let look forward. We they go forward. Let us see what thing they happen, what thing this man go can do. Let them debate. Make it different. Tell we what he don't do. Apart from what big government, what he don't do in that country. They let us compare what him this man in don't do. Yumkella don't do in the country. Even when he not become president yet, we not do anything. What in the goodness in. Let us put one on one. It's not going to be comparative self. We're not going to see any benefit too much where they go. The scale go so much in the favor of the Yumkella. So when I left for the talk, say, Mother Bio go able for can't do this, Mother Bio go able for can't do this. Don't forget about the past. It's not do anything, but let get the benefit of the doubt. Let us see them plans and now, what they can do. You know, let the people then can't show themselves.
Right.
Yeah, me now so they look at when they get too much credit to Mother Bio, they say they do this. Hey, the party not when they make you now. You yourself they make the party. If Mother Bio get bad record, it get bad they behave right. Not so the party go can't turn around now. Instead get for turning yourself around.
All
you
right.
know, you get for make yourself, not so the party they make you.
All right,
it's just like going to school. You go boys school, you go Kenema school, you go St. Edwards, you go this. If the school good said if you not
yes, hold on. Yes, okay.
School not gonna make you pass the exam, except if you not gonna make you can't turn the
hello.
The kind of person you not going for them.
Yes. All right.
I'm not this idea what I will give you no more right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Toure. Thank you very much. No. We appreciate that. Of course, yes. Man, you don't come back on. So you want to finish your thoughts?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm so happy that we decided for taking call again. I don't know why we already talk about change in our country, and we need a change. And I believe most politicians, both APC and SLPP, they're very upset with Manabio.
Right.
And I believe like watching Mr. Toure be the talk, and they always have, we all know the record. There's no way you fight a war with, I believe Mr. Toure and SLPP, it might be SLPP. I don't want to talk to APC. It might be APC. The damage what they cause, the inflation of that country before Manabio, the 3 months he's talking about, he took power. Everybody, we all know to pick it within a salon. They will go slow, whatever system will be there in our country. We are not young no more. And most voters, I wish they know the system will be there in our country before. Okay? Manabio took power from Strasser. There was nothing working. There was nothing working in that country. There was war, and we not be get access to nothing. Like where APC come, where JOB they talk, so we say it left about 500 billion a bank, and most of the project they are implementing, it was funded through APC, SFPP. So they took 10 years for only no new program. And we all know what about Obama be go talking to Ghana. So Africa will not need strong leaders. We only need good institutions. We are in Alhaji Ahmed Yakaba. I put on very strong institutions in that country, very strong ones then, for help that country. Like Nasitu over the block with today, NRA and so on anti-corruption. We're over the block with today. Now imagine say if they get foresight for put 1 or 2 institutions and make it independent. That country for them move from where they are. But what we are talking about, 80% inflation, which you and me know, it is damaging that country. And what will they talk about? Manabio in record. I know say, I don't be support Manabio, I be support Yumkella. But Manabio, I don't like Manabio because what's in Yumkella not ever. Manabio in record, as you know, all man they talk say Manabio na killer, na this. Oh, Okay. But Marabio Uraiki, are they sent?
All right.
Are they sent?
Yes. Okay. So, my brother, I want for me you a wrap up. Because this could be the last call. We get for close down tomorrow. We get for ready for the second day.
Okay, my brother. To summarize everything, and I believe say, because if all leaders, both political leaders, but the grassroots people of Sierra Leone, they did strongly behind Manabio, I believe say we need to get a fair case. Which is the first 5 years Manabio will do in our country. And if we not perform well, now with the same right after 5 years, we will vote her out. But I believe.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, who's calling?
Yeah, it's Suluku from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
Yes, you want for make a comment?
Yeah, I want comment. I want to make a contribution.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason I called for, I'm not saying the convention for this SLP, I think that's tomorrow or so. But it would be nice if Sierra Leoneans we think we work towards a coalition wherein the government, the only way Sierra Leone will be able to redeem Sierra Leone, the only way Sierra Leone will be able to change from this present predicament, the situation we go through. Now when we go debate from these two political parties, these two main political parties, as long as we still get these talks, these two main political parties, the only way for Sierra Leoneans, we're not going to ever succeed. Look at our foreign countries like Kenya. Look, I live an example, despite in a political turbulence at this time, but an example where the political party converge together. If people, a group of political parties don't converge together, support Yumkella, maybe we'll be able to see change. You can get a lot of disgruntled. People are willing to break away from SLPP, they're not one. After the convention. A lot of people are going to elect the choice of Marabio. Then, the FPC too. A lot of choices they're going to make, a lot of people are going to elect them. So anyway, they're going to break away. Those people, those disgruntled people, they break away from those main political parties. Then converse together. We form one main political party. All those alpha parties, then come together, they form one. We'll be able to change it. Look what happened inside the Gambia. After here, over close to 3 decades. When the political party converged together, changes took place. You see? But if we fight everybody's saying at this, everybody go form a small political party, everybody go form a small political party. We go still there behind. Sierra Leone will never see change. As long as under this two party, SLP by APC. Those are criminals. Nothing changes not going to take place in our place. People are going to just be there behind no more. And they suffer no more. Whilst most of those politicians there, when they go back to Sierra Leone, they have become failure overseas. Some of them have not ever succeed in life when they go overseas. When they go back to Sierra Leone, they never go succeed.
But yeah, okay. So Mr. Suluku, now that you're there on the phone, let me correct one information where it look like say now misinformation where people that they get between the SLPP and the APC. All man they talk say then two political parties they not don't do anything for Sierra Leone. Now, Sheriff's Broadcast Network, we've been careful to do a piece on that. I don't know if you don't see that video there. We take SLPP and APC from 1961 on to 2017, 56 years plus. Waiting then two political parties that don't do na Sierra Leone when they in power. SLPP from 1961 to 2017, it don't in power for 17 years. And the APC from 1961 to 2017 and 2018 now when they get for handover now 34 years then go they in power. And when they in power then and they waiting then do na the country, we don't break them down. So when we break them down, we come to the conclusion for say anytime we SLPP take power in Sierra Leone, it is solve Salone problems. And anytime we APC take power in Sierra Leone, then they create problems for the country. We don't address that issue. So you go find for me, you look for that video, you take a look at them. Something that go gear and gear. But when people they can talk say blanket where they can just talk and general for say then two political parties they will not want to say if I for will look into waiting then two political parties.
I not differ, I not deny your point.
Right.
To some extent those political parties don't try. Some this doing on, this doing on. But for Lord get a reform, for Lord get a change in that country. Now when we go form a coalition where a group of parties then will come together, we will form a better reform in the country. But as long as these two main political parties there, you know, the country is always there behind. Changes need to take place, and the one way where the only change will able to take place, that when a different party will come in place. You know,
right, so
when
Mr. Suluku, you know, say Sierra Leone like a democratic country, the best thing people can do is what you guys are doing now. Like we Kandeh Yumkella come, it say it's not going to make the progress inside SLPP. It don't form the grand coalition. So now it get the responsibility for convince Salone people and for make them able for day on inside. So this change over one our country go come finally, you know. But you know, say people then get right to them political affiliations. If people get right, so therefore convince them. About them, you cannot force people to live where they believe. You get for talk to them nicely.
That for sure you right not side there.
Yes.
But we're in the diaspora, I think we got some responsibility too.
Right.
Why we not go talk to with people already in the over under? Telling them say no, we shall not forget about this mandating this stuff.
Right.
No, we think for progressive stuff. The only way when progress will come, now when other different political
okay, somebody they call from Hong Kong. I'll try join them in. Hello? Hello, you are live on the line.
Okay, man. Thank you very, very much for this program. Yes, hello. Thank you very much for this program.
Yeah, now because listen, because you didn't hear the device where you listen to it. So when me they say hello, I cannot say and down, then the radio back they talk so you know they get to clear. If you can able for take your phone and move away from what they listen to, then you go able for talk fine. Just listen to me on the phone. Don't listen to the radio for now.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Actually, I don't really watch your program, and I'm really happy for that because I mean they kind of bring things where they happen in our country. So thank you very, very much. And
you're welcome. You're welcome.
My concern really about Sierra Leone is that for some reason Sierra Leoneans and they keep on they make a very, very big mistake. You know, and it is very unfortunate because some of those guys who are even living, saying that the civilized world, they actually seem for, not seem for really take a very strong decision as to who is the right candidate for our country. When you look at Madabio, you actually see stability. Because this guy has always been an SLPP supporter. Even when he lost the presidential election with against EBK, he still go back, he humble himself, and he will come back again this time. But when you look at KKY, first in registration saga, you know, say properly register for the party we want for support, they quitting job. Yeah? I mean, the decision, the way they make, and even the last BBC interview, the comment about Rainbow Nation. I mean, when you start making comment like the Rainbow Nation, it means actually you don't understand Sierra Leone, because Sierra Leone not a color-sensitive country. You know, Lebanese, throughout my time in Sierra Leone, I never considered Lebanese as different people. So once you start making color-sensitive statements, that means you are immediately categorizing people of a different skin color or different skin tone to that of the indigenous people. Way to me not make any sense. So this man they talk about UN international recognition. Sierra Leone actually don't need. Okay, Sierra Leone needs support from the international community, but waiting will make Sierra Leone for develop now from working inside out, not outside in. When you look at this EBK government, it seems to be totally donor dependent. You know, they seem for focus, say, Sierra Leone, just like you program, you start by saying that we have a lot of resources, human resources, natural resources. We go to the sea, fisheries, everything. We have it. You know, but yet we are backward, we are poor. You know, when you look at trillion, what they do now, I mean, the images we show us, we are fantastic. You see, so that means Sierra Leone actually will develop if we start looking from within and work outward. You see, so I would like to make me fellow Sierra Leoneans then get this. When I would live now, US, and I don't understand the US people that are in the vote, then vote. If then they give maximum 2 terms to a political party, maximum 2 terms. After that 2 terms, then they change, no matter what. And the reason why they chose Trump district is because a Democratic Party would already outlived in 2 terms. So they don't want to make them monopolize the political system of the country. So therefore, they had to choose the Republican Party leader. You see, so I wonder we should get this kind sense of voting pattern, because if we give power to APC for the 3rd term, believe me, then they ruin Sierra Leone forever. So when people they talk about Madabio KKY, for me choice Madabio, the reason being is that he is stable. We need a stable leader. We don't need somebody who is chumpia. You know, if the man not able for even putting house in order, I mean, how do you expect that he can lead a country of 7 million people? It's impossible. KKY, for me, it's impossible for KKY for able to lead Sierra Leone to any serious development. Believe you me.
Right. Okay.
You know, even inside Eon, no single supporter. So that tells a lot. So I just hope that my fellow listeners can understand. Make sure we're rally behind Madabio, because he seems to be the most stable candidate for me. So
all right. Yes. What's your name again?
I'm Anthony Saisi.
Okay. Who's are you there?
At the moment, I'm in Singapore.
Okay,
I'm
Singapore.
on the project.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your call. We appreciate your sentiments, your comments. Thank you so much. All right. So, me from this Sheriff's Broadcast Network again. Once more, we continue for come to you from studio number 8, based in Houston, Texas, and of course, we appreciate each and every one of you out there. We did get another call from Australia, but we're not going to take any more calls. We don't for take calls there. We're not going to take any more calls from there. I'm so sorry about that. We get for now close down and prepare for tomorrow, because until when I know say tomorrow, now the big day. Now tomorrow we get for no. Whether the presidential candidates, now the 2 political parties, them, of course, the APC and the SLPP, and so now that's going to happen tomorrow. So one for, may you continue for, stick around with we. Of course, we get some people that we don't make comments. Then we get for recognize them people and they right about this time. Of course, let's see who are the people that have made comments. Of course, Anthony Sise say, thanks, man. This program is good. I am currently in Singapore and don't have a calling card with me and seem to be having difficulties to call, but we'll try again later or maybe tomorrow. When I'm in my way, we don't just talk to. So we appreciate that. Of course, you try all kind of way for Lego able for reach we. That is highly appreciated. And of course, we get for also, let's look at who else is calling? Yaya Kamara. It said the nation have the say, but how when they understanding us less. You are right, exactly. Small country just going bad to worse. And Yaya Kamara, I write that. Okay, so those now some of the comments that we'll get for today's broadcast, and of course, once more, this is Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Mina Ibrahim Sheriff at the canton from studio number 8, based in Houston, Texas, and of course. What a day tomorrow. And so we tell all man for let we get up for tomorrow. Of course, this now call with it come up from Australia again. I don't know. Okay, Yes, hello. We don't close down now. We not get for this. Now the very last call. Which you want for make comment? Now somebody will be don't call. We already.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you don't call. We you don't make comment. So why you they call again? Yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to talk something about waiting Mr. Turedi say.
No, I waiting until I will reserve that for tomorrow. Yeah, I apologize. We'll not get time now. I'm so sorry.
All right.
And so so tomorrow we'll have time for all of the extra stuff. Today we don't have time for that, and so fam with them, we'll get for can close down. All right, so stick around.
But you want to right across the globe. No matter what the world say, they want to see you run away.
Rastaman confronted, of course, live from Makeni, Northern Sierra Leone. None of the APC family to get fun. Of course, convention day not in place. The president of Sierra Leone is in Makeni right about this time. Of course, we get for DDT tomorrow. Security is watertight inside Makeni right about this time. And of course, this is Sheriff's Broadcast Network. The brand come to now live from studio number 8, based in Houston, Texas. And of course, you can able for search for we on Google at Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Google search, of course, we na Straight Talk and IASO. Everything what they do now also na Straight Talk. So if you want for search for we, go to google.com, and of course inside the search button you go able for search for we there. And of course, we encourage each and every one of you to do just that, right? And also, if you feel say wetin what they do now, so you nothing what you like, you appreciate what they do now, so and you want for level even do more, because you know say election the country, and we want for cover the entire election. Of course, now that we can't get flag bearer, presidential candidates them now the campaign they can't sit down now, and so want for the cover all thing. So if you like what they do now for pinch in small thing, of course we don't they do we not they ask nobody. But if you feel say you want for donate to we welcome you for do that one day. You can able for securely donate to we now on we website, and of course you can go on our website we na sbnetworks.net. You can able for donate to we there, and of course We are a very secure donation when you're able to make. Of course, we will appreciate that very much. If you do something like that one day, it will be appreciated. All right, inform them. So we will ask that you go on our website, sbnetworks.net, and of course from there you can able for link up with PayPal page, and of course you're able for donate to me exclusively if you like waiting what they do now. All right, and that we go on for tell una me family them today. And of course, one for say plenty thank you to each and every one of you where they watch your program from around the world. Of course, one for tell una plenty thank you. One for say a lot of thanks to all the one that we call in and make comments them for the show. One for tell una plenty thank you. And of course, tomorrow we get for dinner on the dot for bring count to una live coverage of the presidential election and selection in the SLPP and APC respectively. All right. So once more, me Ibrahim Sheriff, I come to you from Studio 8, based in Houston, Texas, in the United States. Thank you very much. All right?
Come back home, the kabudu don't grab back. Inside a kabudu day, the good one in day, and the bad one in back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat bell full or you dey sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people ain't bang for help we safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salon, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can take, well, he left to me. Now we get for so far.
I know ever you vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I sweat to me life. If I no ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They say me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say me one green vote for one bad rest. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They say because we born a Makeni, me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
I want to make a love mama ki ante pa.
Talk to me when me query.
Machi ma continent of us you want to mota.
Tell the people
say rason sa zampa monte batata. Ngate ne sakalom funa fa suko korin sit man kita.
Tell me bo me query.
Kena kapende amaki e telo prome dokom. Ude kemire makata matimba. Minen munang. Awa mitem ne muntem ne kontem ne. Sato bezatem ne. Sasa sala kama tabris kama kata matimba. Awa inemte ne mamu sasa sala kama kitsuka.
Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say me one green vote for one bad rest. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Vote say because we born a Makeni, Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Vote say because we born a Kenema.
We want to see changes from the grass to the roots. With manifestos, we get plans for the youth. We tire with the lies, now we stand for the truth. We need chef, we go change the taste of the soup. Why? Wait them read for shape t-shirts and a shobi for go rally. Then go member we. After election and take power, give the power them. When we talk, they for them but we. Then go give we bitter cola for go campaign. Where they win them and the family pop champagne. We no go fet for no politician again. This time we go land. We no one die campaign. Mind box, I diamond now we land. For pay fee, papa no get dime na in hand. We want more youth, a woman than a power. Parliament, a cabinet, more mommy na power.
Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They say me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say me one green vote for one bad rest.
Dimanya muimu kama monyonyo. Tanya penga mule magoma Inabile kemu kanya nebele ama Jimmy akbe mu malama Konele baja sinya mao Jifa mwambie mubwe kanya yao Yena we amwambie na fae Mule mambo makpele mae Mwakanya na vikrobe Kongrele juhu wa mae Kenya ya ewini kobe Na vianyane Kamukwe mukla Tau hegba Kenya huwoyo Dwe ya grama abramu pelo
I know ever you vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I no ever vote na me life, I go vote this time. I swear to me life. Ranka politician, all they can ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, all they can ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They say me one green vote for total park. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say me one green vote for one badness. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They say because we born a Makeni, me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
So, the next 5 years, you vote now you live. Anybody we want lead win, it gets for declaring assets.
Not to Pambado.